changers. They've had people that made differences in moments when they needed them to. They had people that they had to focus on. A lot of people feel like even if Dez would have caught that touchdown, they felt like Aaron Rodgers still would have figured something out. A lot of people feel like, don't give Patrick Mahomes the ball back, even if he got a minute left. Don't give him the ball.
Yeah.
They feel like, certain defensive players, you got to do something with Aaron Donald. He going to get to your quarterback. There are a lot of people that are game changers on certain teams, and most of those teams have won Super Bowls. A lot of teams that have had big-time game changers, duos like quarterback and receiver, quarterback and tight end, defensive end, linebackers, cornerback, whatever. They're game changers. We got a super chat. He said, when do you guys think Michael will be signed? It's really annoying. We're going to get to that. And that was all waiting until the last minute. We're going to get to that. And I was just sitting there like, dang, if there's 2 minutes left against a formal opponent, like I'm talking about a team neck to neck, and we got the ball, are we nervous or do we feel like our quarterback is going to make it happen?
I'm always nervous, man. Every time.
Like, I'm like, is he and this, I can't even talk about this dude without people getting mad. And I'm like, is he a quarterback that says, dang, we can't give Dak the ball back? Do he give defenses that feel? Do defensive coordinators feel like we can't give Prescott the ball back? We got to hold it. Are they in fear of him? Like, that's what, and we're going to have the same thing for the other side of the ball too. But just for right now, I'm just asking, like, do y'all feel like defensive coordinators, if the game is, let's say the game is 21-21, we get the ball back with 2 minutes left. Are defensive coordinators feeling like, crap, we can't give Dak the ball back. We got to do whatever we can. Or if he get the ball, do y'all feel like that they have that thought in their head when it comes to our quarterback? Who's the 10-year guy?
No one's afraid
highest paid. Do y'all feel like that?
No one's
you
afraid.
ain't gonna like my reply, but Dak Prescott is actually like top 5 in the last 2 minutes of the second half of the fourth quarter. If you give Dak Prescott the ball and hurry up offense in the game, he might be able to get you down. Dak Prescott loses games in the first half most of the time.
Well, it depends, I think, on the opponent and
Yes,
whether
that's
the
what I was
relevant
about to say.
team.
That's what
Because because like if you look at most of his game-winning drives, it's against like the Texans and shit like that, or the NFC East teams and stuff back when they were, the NFC East.
Yeah, if you
legitimate teams.
Yeah, if you ignore the playoffs, Dak Prescott, I believe, is top 5 in the fourth quarter, last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter or something like that.
Right. No,
I haven't looked it up in a while, but he at one point was top 5 at the last 2 minutes of the second quarter and the fourth quarter. So I don't think that teams specifically look at him like, if you give Aaron Rodgers the ball back with a minute left, he's going to figure it out. Or Patrick Mahomes, even 30 seconds, he'll figure it out. I don't think that's the case. But
yeah. No, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, from a number standpoint, that you're right. I know, because I remember that was a talking point for a while. But we don't really, like, when it comes to playing legitimate teams, I've rarely seen him, like, march the football down the field against a legitimate team. I've rarely seen it. Maybe the only one I can think of in recent memory was that Seahawks win 2 years ago. So like unless that's the only legit team that I can think of, at least in recent memory, at least. So that's just
that's what I'm saying. Like I said, this is not a show bashing him or anything. I'm just wondering, because I was just going back, and because a lot of people like to mention how long it took Peyton to win and Drew Brees, and I just go back and I look at the players they had, and who was having struggles in the playoffs early on. And I was like, man, but these guys still had it though. Like,
right?
Can we look at our quarterback and say, man, you know what? He's a guy that I know can get us a first down if we need it, or a touchdown if we need it against good teams.
I guess good teams, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it balls to the wall and we need Dak to score against a good team, do we feel like he can? Corner, do you think Dak Prescott in the clutch when we need him can be a game changer, can make defenses nervous with his new receiver core and running backs now? Do you think it'll change?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a real good question. Let me pull out my crystal ball in this bitch. It all depends on how successful the running game is. Because you can't put 8 in the box with George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, and let's say Turpin, right? Let's just say Turpin is the number 3 guy, right? You can't put 8 in the box and not respect the speed and the element of that. Now, if you have a successful running game, Dak has shown us statistically that when he's in rhythm, he plays better. And we all talk about his no huddle, right? And when Dak plays better in no huddle, Dak plays better with play action. So if we can get Dak in a rhythm, I mean, Mike McCarthy said it all the time, I couldn't get my quarterback in rhythm, right?
Yeah.
If we can get Dak Prescott in rhythm with the running game that I think that we can have, it can be done. But it's up to Dak to make those decisions and not panic, like Jane Slater said, on the first read. But does George Pickens help the Dak in that situation, along with the speed element like Turpin? Maybe even Jonathan Mingo can help a little bit. So, we just got to see what can happen.
Okay, I like the response. Yeah, for me, I think that, and that's why I kind of wanted another. I'm not saying Ferguson can't be better this year, but he scared me last year because we know Dak liked to go to, tight ends, pause if need. So I feel like Pickens do create another element. And why are you looking like that?
What did you pause?
I said Dak like to go to tight ends. Not pause for me, for the other people. I don't care about that stuff. But my thing is Pickens enough? Not is he enough as a receiver, but is he enough to give Dak the confidence to say, I got Lamb, I got Lamb who can catch any type of acrobatic catches. Pickens got a few of them. Turpin got speed. Can Ferguson bounce back to help Dak feel confident to throw him the ball? Because we know one thing about Dak. If you drop a few, he's not coming back to you for a while.
Right, yeah.
We've seen him do that. If you drop a few, he will not come back to you. So my thing is, will he have the confidence? I think it'll be a while for him to grow with Pickens and Lamb together.
I agree.
Like I said, I think we're going to see a lot of Turpin. I know people say you see him cross that middle a lot. It's only going to take one of them hits to – he's a little man. And I think it's all about that builds his confidence on what his receivers can do because he's limited in his pass ability. Dak Prescott don't throw the most perfect ball, but if you can catch them any type of way, then he'll be confident. He'll be like, man, you know what? I know he'll go get it. Yeah, that's what Romo had with his confidence with Dez. He knew throwing it, Dez was gonna get it. Yeah. And I think that's how Dak be sometimes. And I feel like that year, him and Coop went hand to hand because Coop was catching everything.
Well, Coop was also a good route runner and was able to get open.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Dak builds his confidence off of what they can do and not what he can do. He's not a quarterback that say, I trust my arm and I'm getting the ball. He's a quarterback that say, I trust that guy to catch what I give him.
Right.
That's the type of guy Dak Prescott is. And we seen it in that Philly game where Coop caught the little toss ball for the touchdown. He went straight to his guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Will he have that confidence in Pickens and Lamb in the red zone? Because y'all know that's where our problem is. The red zone. Tight areas, we struggle. So I'm just wondering, will Dak be that guy? Will he build it? Because as the season go on, you can build up your reputation to have defensive coordinators like, man, all year he's been finding a guy. All year he's been finding Pickens or Lamb or Turpin. They got speedy guys. He's been finding a guy. You can build it up all year. So I'm just asking, will he be that guy? Do y'all think with the new receiver, the new running backs, and this restructured offensive line, will he be that guy? To create some type of pullback from a defensive coordinator to be like, all right, let's play it safe. We've seen Dak all year in clutch games because we got a tough season. We've seen him beat formidable opponents this year down to the wire. He's got somebody the ball. I'm asking, do we feel like maybe he can be that guy with his new pieces that he got? Even with him, his like on G Hunt the show the other day, and he said, let's move forward. So I'm asking, going forward, do we feel like he can be that guy? Is Pickens number enough? Will Pickens and Lamb together give that confidence to say, I'm gonna throw this ball, my guy's gonna go get it. I'm gonna put it where they need it. That's what I'm pretty much asking, because we need that on that side of the ball.
I mean, I think it'll give him confidence, man. I mean, having Pickens and Lamb he will have two legitimate receivers out there, so it'll give him confidence. But as far as whether he'll put, I guess, fear in a defensive coordinator in the end of the game or in a 2-minute drill, I just don't think that. Maybe it may end up happening, but I don't see it happening, to be completely honest, because again, it's like I said, I have never seen Dak against a legitimate team. Well, not, I won't say never, but rarely I've seen Dak against a legitimate team come back, and usually, granted, most of the time it's, he struggles in the first half and then it snowballs after that. But I in a nip and tuck game, like I don't see him coming back again in a nip and tuck game against a legitimate team. I don't see that happening. So regardless of whether he trusts Lamb or Pickens, which I think he will, for me, it's just more about, can he make the right throws in those situations? And I don't see that happening. That isn't to say he's a fucking horrible quarterback, because he isn't, but he's we know what he is, right? And I just don't see that happening against good teams. Against, like, when we play the Giants or something, that may be a different story. But against the Chiefs and stuff, I don't see it. I don't see him coming through, man. That's my thing.
Okay, you think Pat Mahomes, just being who he is, will outplay him?
Yeah, because we've seen it also. Like, think about it. When we played the Chiefs last time, the defense held them to 19 points. We scored 9 points, so 3 field goals. The Niners, we can say the same thing, 12-9. So any of the big games. Now, granted, most of the time we play good teams, it's blowouts. At least last year it was a lot of blowouts. I get it. But even if you go back 2 years ago, even if you go back 2 years ago when he had the MVP caliber season, we got smoked by the Bills, the Dolphins. The Seahawks game was a good game. He played really well in that Seahawks game, but and that was the one game I could say that year that I was like, okay, he actually played well in that game down the stretch. But most of the time against these good teams, especially when there's an elite quarterback on the other side and that they're going to make plays, I don't see him going toe to toe with it, man.
Okay. Uncensored, do you think the Pickens and Lamb combo creates another element of confidence for Dak Prescott?
I do. I think in order for defenses and defensive coordinators to fear, I'm just going to say the Cowboy offense as a whole, because obviously the ball is in Dak Prescott's hand every snap, no matter how it goes.
Okay.
I think you have to put Dak in a position where he succeeds the best, which is play action, spin throws to the tight end, and running the football. If you can build that offense around what Dak does best, and not try to make him Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or whatever, you can get Dak to play well.
Mm-hmm.
But if you build offense around the run game, I think that over the course of a game, Dak Prescott can win you a tough game if the offense is running the right way. But dropping back, throwing it 40 passes, Corner's right. You're not going to be able to stack that box. You stack that box, I don't give a damn what Corner's on Pickens. Give him this 50-50. If you stack the box and you want to single up Lamb, give that man a shot. He's earned it. So if that's what they want to do, is stack the box and try to stop unproven running backs, then Dak better cook them.
Yeah.
And when they drop back, that's the time for this O-line that's got all of these first-round draft picks on it. It's time to step up and put the defensive line on their asses and run the ball. This team it's been lacking in coaching, and I'm hoping that Shotty, I ain't all the way on board, but I'm hoping that he can show that he is building and going to coach this team in the right direction because I've said it most of the I think the coaching has been the biggest problem, not so much the talent. But Shotty ain't put nothing on tape yet, so I can't give him that credit yet.
Right.
I'm not there, corner. I'm not there.
I get that. You know, that's why I'm saying, like, there are times where, you know, things are just clicking because you trust the guy you're passing to, or that guy trusts you. And sometimes things click the right way. That's why I'm like, man, can we create that? Because there were a point where that game there, it pretty much was two people on. The safety was up there, then the cornerback, then you know, he took the ball.
Yeah.
Dak was comfortable throwing the ball that year. He was comfortable. The year him and Lamb tore it up, when Lamb broke records, he was comfortable. So you got Pickens and him. So that's why I was like, man, will we have a year where, you know, that you know, as time goes on, that they would ain't Dak at some type of camp right now?
Is he what?
I don't know.
I have no
I
idea.
just see a video of him playing golf.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of him playing golf. I have no idea.
He had some what was the name of it? They said it was him. They said the first one there wasn't Lamb, wasn't there. I gotta find it. All right, so man, I hope Tyler Guy can get it together. Dang, that'll be good. He said he got outplayed by QBs like Tua, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, even Derek Carr last season. QBs who were worse than Dak outplayed him. People still believe in Dak can take us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Every quarterback needs a run game, play action. Dak ain't had that since Elliott, and people forget McCarthy barely played Pollard until the end of the contract. That's not true.
It was not Mike McCarthy's decision.
It wasn't his decision, first of all. Yeah, exactly.
I was Kellen Moore. But hey, I didn't get to go on this topic.
Go ahead. You got it.
So there's a lot of glass half empties, and I get it. I'm gonna tell you where I'm a glass is half full guy, right? Obviously on Schottenheimer, my glass is half full. And then with George Pickens, my glass is half full on this. We're not getting Pickens week 8. We're not getting Pickens week 1. We're not getting Pickens middle of training camp. We got Pickens before OTAs, right? So when you look at building chemistry and building dynamics, it starts with the little things. It starts with him going to OTAs and mini camps and getting on the same page with Prescott. That's where I'm glass half full at. Is he's not, you know, Amari Cooper playing the Texans or the Titans and we still lose on Monday Night Fashion because the chemistry ain't there yet, right? I like where Pickens is at in relation to building chemistry with Dak. Now, granted, Cowboy media is very biased and it doesn't say much, but what has been reported was there is good chemistry building up with Dak and with that's copyright. Do I need to stop streaming?
That's not copyright.
That looked like LL Cool J.
It wasn't up for enough time anyway.
Was that LL Cool J? Who was that?
That wasn't copyright.
That wasn't LL Cool J.
Was that you at prom? What is that?
That's paid for.
Oh, that was your prom picture? What was your date?
Go ahead.
But I think, that's where I'm half full. Is Pickens is here now, getting the little things in, saying, hey, Pickens, on this route, I want you to stop here, and the ball will be there. You know, CeeDee Lamb and Dak does have a combination, obviously, 1,800 yards just a couple of years ago. And not only can CeeDee Lamb help Pickens in that aspect of, hey, Dak likes you here, Dak likes you there. Dak can tell him that too. So it's good that Pickens is here now building that chemistry up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go back to your prom photo. Let's see that again.
Oh, God.
From the sidelines, taking notes, seeing all these fake opinions, throwing votes. Tell me how you feel when truth comes crashing down. Panels got that fire burning through your crown. Cowboys corner speaking.
Oh, jeez.
Facts hitting different when the smoke is clear. Don't come sideways if you can't handle heat. Talk is cheap, but real game ain't sweet. If you want smoke, then cam up and speak. Don't hide behind your screen when it's real talk week. Podcast got you triggered, now you looking weak. Truth hurts when it's coming from the concrete street. Talking crazy about the team that you claim to love, but when they lose, you disappear like you ain't enough. Nah. Diary pages filled with all my frustration. Watching grown men cry about their affiliation. Dallas got you twisted, got you feeling pain, but you won't admit it when they lose again. Corners dropping knowledge, but you plug your ears. Rather live in fantasy than face your fears. Tell me why you...
All right, that was enough. That was a little bit too much. A little too much.
Oh my goodness.
All respects to that rapper right there. One thing I want in there, if you can edit the song, is if you want to talk X's and O's. Like a hoe.
Hey,
Yes.
play the clip. Play the clip.
What clip?
The clip.
Oh,
The one I sent you titled The Clip.
I'm gonna try to put the audio in. It's easy to put the video in. I gotta try to put the audio in. So while I'm trying to figure that out, let's go to the other side. This is the serious part. The defense. Even when you think about Super Bowl winning teams, somebody on their front was an animal. Somebody on their front. Name the Super Bowl teams in the last 20 years, and I can give you somebody on their front that was an animal. Somebody on their defense. I can give you somebody. I promise you. Whether you go Kansas City, New England, Saints, Indianapolis, Rams, I can literally give you somebody on that front.
Who on New England?
Are you serious? What's the
Vince
linebacker?
Wilfork?
What's the linebacker from Alabama? And don't forget about the cornerbacks, the brothers.
The brothers.
What's the brother's name? The bald head brothers, the cornerbacks from New England.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Is it the McCourtney twins?
I didn't. Oh, maybe.
Devin McCourty?
The McCourty brothers. Are you serious?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, bro. The
The
cornerback.
McCourty? Both of them were on the same team?
Yes.
They were dogs?
Number 30 and number 32. Are you serious?
30 and 32.
What's the linebacker from Alabama? That boy played with New England for so long. What's his name? Dreadlocks from Alabama.
Was his Gerard
Mayo.
Mayo. Yeah, Gerard Mayo.
No,
No.
sir. Dante Hightower.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, Hightower.
Animal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Animal. And you talking about did they have the what?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just said, hey. I just said, hey, who's the dogs over there? That's all I said.
They had them. They
You
had
said you
them.
could name me dogs. I was waiting on the dog listenings.
Yeah, the McCourty brothers locked down. That linebacker, he played with New England, I think his whole career.
Cowboy corner is the truth, or what do they say?
Dude, stop it. Yep. He played with New England from 12 to 21, his whole career. Three-time Super Bowl champion. He was a beast.
Hightower's good. Yeah.
Yeah, Hightower good. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
Good
playing
linebacker.
He was giving Gators the blues when he played at Bama. So yeah, they had dogs.
Alabama.
So what I'm saying is, who do teams game plan for us? If they got if it's third down, and they say, "Watch that fool, he gonna get to the quarterback." Who do they see on our side, on our defensive side of the ball? I'm talking about a good team. Who would they fear?
Well, I mean, it would have to be Micah. That's the only. I mean, it would be Micah.
Hey, it'll be Micah and Osa. Odigizua.
It
Don't
would not
name
be
Osa,
Osa.
man.
It would not be Osa,
We
man.
was doing so good.
Yes,
Y'all knew that was coming. Y'all
we knew it was coming. Exactly.
As a pass rusher, yes.
Shit. I'm not gonna even go.
What are
down
you
this-
averaging 0.3 sacks a game or
I'm
something?
not
like
gonna
that?
go down this road, man. But yeah, it would be Micah fifth. But of course, it would be Micah.
Is it Micah by default, or is it because when you need him, he there? Which one is it?
Oh no, it's a little bit of both. It's Micah by default in a sense. His reputation is that, I mean, that he's an elite pass rusher. Obviously, he puts up the numbers that he is. What's up, Chris? But yeah, it's just, I mean, he doesn't come up. We have our criticisms of Micah, but he is easily the best player on the defense. So that's just, in terms of game planning for the Cowboys, I mean, who else are you going to game plan for? It's not going to be Elsa Corner. I'm sorry to break it to you, man. But it would easily be Micah, at least with the defense that we currently have. So that's what it is. But no, I mean, of course, I guess in a sense it is by default because, he doesn't come up big when it counts. We have said that. I've said that. You've said that. But it will be Micah.
Uncensored, you're a defensive coordinator, 3rd and 5. You got a good quarterback. You got good wide receivers, good running backs. Are you worried about Micah Parsons?
Probably not.
Hmm.
I'm not worried about him. It depends on the type of game. If it's a big game, no.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If we're not worried about Parsons in a big game.
Yeah, in a big game, of course. Yeah, I agree. No, in a big game.
That's what I mean by game changing. We know what Aaron Donald, the man pretty much took over that game. So this is what I'm really getting to. Like, if it's a big game and it's 35, or you in your huddle talking to your offense like double Parsons, watch out for Parsons, or is you just worried about, man, let's just put points on the wing? Like, that's what I'm saying. Because that's what matters. When you tell me Parsons is the dog, Parsons is leading this statistic and that statistic, Parsons deserves this type of money, I want to know why. Because just don't tell me about sacks he got that was just against teams or in moments that didn't matter. I'm talking about big moments. I mean, like, can we count on him to get back there when we need him to?
Right.
I'm not for the circus act of him getting a sack against the Jets in a meaningless game and doing his little crawl.
Yeah.
Talking about if the game is on the line against Detroit or Kansas City or the Eagles, can he get to Jalen Hurts? Can he get to Pat Mahomes? Can he get to these type of guys? That's what I'm saying. That's when we need him. That's when it's time for Parsons to show he's worth every dollar he's trying to get, and the hype is real. Because this is stuff that matters. This is why this is the topic. Because we're gonna get anywhere. We need Dak to be that guy in the clutch, and we need Parsons to be that guy in the clutch. You probably about to be the highest paid guy on that side of the ball. We need it to happen. I don't need you to go stink it up there and say, "Man, I really didn't play that bad."
Right.
We don't need that, man. We don't need that. So, Corner, what's wrong with you?
Forgetting about Micah.
Short-term memory loss at the fullest. All right, you go look. Sure, we could talk about Green Bay Packers game all day long when it comes to Micah Parsons. All day long, we could talk about the Green. You know what, Micah Parsons on this team, we held the Kansas City Chiefs to the lowest points at Arrowhead Stadium, and Patrick Mahomes' career to 19 points. Who was on that defense? Micah Parsons. Who couldn't score over 20 points? Dak Prescott. You look at the San Fran game. Who held that high-power offense to 19 points? Micah Parsons in that defense. Who couldn't get the 20? You fear Micah because Micah can make you plays. There was a defensive effort, yes, but Micah is the engine that could, all right? Then you look at the Bengals game last year. Micah played his heart out in that Bengals game. He played his heart out. And one special teams play ruined that game, and Micah is showing how much passion and love he has for football on a losing team trying to not kill playoff hopes. That's the energy that I like. Micah has stepped up for us a lot. But the offense overshadows it because we took L's in those games.
No, the offense for sure has not stepped up in those games that you mentioned. No disagreement on that. And in those games in specific, Micah did come up big. I'm not going to sit here and say he did it, but consistently against the better teams. The Chiefs game is the one game that I'll sit here and tell you that he came up really big.
He had 2 sacks.
But even still, that was his rookie season, right? I'll give you the Bengals game last year, even though I have a big problem with the fact he walked off the field in that game. I'll give you the Bengals game. But consistently against better teams, I won't even just going beyond the Packers. I get what you're saying in general, and obviously because of the talent that he has and the fact that he's the best player on the team, on the defense and the team, the defense will inevitably game plan for him. But I don't see him consistently showing up enough in the back half of the season, man. That's just me.
When your offense is going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Imagine, put yourself in the T-boy shoes, right? You know, the guy that has to go run and get the T and run back.
Yeah.
Right? Picture yourself being the guy like that on the Chiefs team. I bet that guy weighs 100 pounds, soaking wet, as much exercise as he has to get because how many points Patrick Mahomes scores. That's Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is the T-boy on the Dallas Cowboys. As soon as he goes running to get the T, guess what? He's running to go put the T back out there. Because I get it. Our job is to stop offenses. But if you out there running to get that T, fatigue, it sets in.
I get the fact that the offense does not consistently show up. I'm agreeing with you on that. But at the end of the day, someone with his talent, I expect him to make plays when it counts. And we use the fact, because we constantly sit here and say that he's a talented player. We constantly bring up the sacks, him having 12 sacks, 13 sacks, 14 sacks. And those are all great things. I'm not trying to poo-poo that at all. But I'm just saying, when someone is that talented, when you're calling a player that talented, when he's puts up double-digit sacks every single year, as a fan personally, I expect him, because we've seen it when he make against the Chiefs, we could visibly see the impact he had on that game. Even though we lost because the offense was horrible, we could see the impact on that game. And that was a game we can blame Dak Prescott for because of the picks. I can't blame Micah for that game. I'll even give you the Bengals game that you were talking about. Same thing with that one, with Cooper Rush on the offense and all that other stuff. But in the back half of the years, I just do not see him consistently make those kinds of plays. And when you're that level of talent and when you're the best player on the defense, I cannot give you an excuse. You're on the field, you got to make plays when it counts most. That's just the bottom line for me, at least. So that's the only place where I'm coming from. I don't even necessarily disagree with your point. I'm just saying that I can't give him an excuse because he of the level of talent that he supposedly had. Not supposedly, he is talented. I'm not going to say supposedly, but you're that talented. I expect you to make plays when it counts. That's just me. I can't give you a pass for having one tackle in a playoff game. I just can't do it. So that's me. But yeah.
There we go.
It's Friday night, the mic's on blast. Fifth quarter Cowboys breaking it fast. Truth uncensored, no sugar, no glaze. Panel heating up with their raw wordplay. Freaky Friday, truth on the line. Raw debates, man, no one reclines. Good, ugly, we let it all fly. On this podcast, we keep it sky high.
He's sick, man.
All right, that's it. Y'all get it. Hey, listen, we got
The beat is sick, man. I love it.
Play the first 10 seconds of that song one more time. One more time.
Opinions clash, sparks in the air. No safe zones, man, they don't care. Fifth quarter riding straight, no lane. Podcast lit with a fiery flame. Freaky Friday, truth on the line. Raw debates, man, no one reclines. Good, bad, ugly, we let it all fly. On the
Hey, we got some stuff for y'all coming.
Hey, shout out to Uncensored for putting this stuff together, man.
We got some stuff coming for y'all this fall, man. Hey, listen.
Yes, man. I'm excited.
This is about to be a goodie, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be more active. I'm not gonna be sitting once, but I'm gonna be back downstairs during the season. I just be upstairs now. During the street back, that's gonna be lit. This season, I'm up. Hey,
You should see all this stuff that Uncensored put together, man. Solid shit. I'm telling you.
that's fire. So here's my thing, right? Michael Parsons. He's talented.
Mm-hmm.
Missing something. He's missing the true technique of a defensive end. Contributed to his size a lot. Contributed to it. If you haven't played that position naturally your whole career, it takes time. And it's hard to get better when you're going up against guys that are 2 times bigger than you and they beating you up. And then it's also hard to get better when immediately see defensive ends, they know they're gonna get held. Good ones know. Parsons don't understand. As soon as he get held, while being held, he turned to the ref like, come on, man. That's not what they do. They continue to fight through it. But that wasn't naturally his position, so he's not understanding. He's approaching it as if he's a linebacker or something. Like, ref, you don't see him? Bro, a defensive end of the tackle, the holding thing, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. He wasn't naturally, in that position. So it's just taking time. It's taking time. Smaller guy. I think he got a long way to go. And that's what I'm scared. So it's not lack of talent, it's lack of experience at that position. Because like I said, he gets by a lot with his talent and athleticism.
Right.
That's how you get. But as far as technique as a defensive end, the true bull rush, the true spin, the true ham technique, he just don't have it fully yet. There are some times where he beat guys that aren't as good and aren't as seasoned. But with other guys, they get him, it's over. It's almost like he's never played the game before, man, and that's my fear going into this season. I think there's a lot of things that we lack experience at going into this season. It's a lot of new pieces. It's so much, and I made it this topic because I just worry, like, our main guy on the offensive side, we can talk about Pickens, Lamb, or whoever. Dak Prescott is the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
Once that ball snapped, Dak Prescott is the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott controls what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I posed that question, like, will that be a thing for us? Will defenses be like, we're not worried about that? Because in the past, defensive thing will make him throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Can't make him throw the ball. He's gonna throw a pick, whoop to whoop or whatever. That used to be the thing. And I want to get away from that. You're talking about a guy that's making that type of money and this many years in the NFL. That still shouldn't be the thing. You still shouldn't be shook at cover 2.
Right.
You there's no way going into year 10 you be out there like a deer in headlights all the time. Your eyes are so big, your forehead is so. Dak Prescott before the game when he's on the sideline throwing the ball, he be drenched in sweat, his eyes buck before the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what type of nerves it is, but you're not gonna win a Super Bowl like that, and you're not a quarterback that anybody fear. When you look like that, you look like the scared one. Go ahead, Corner.
No, man. Look, I'm gonna say this. Now, when it comes to the whole sweat thing, I'm a heavy sweater. For example, I went to go park a truck. I didn't turn on the AC in the truck. I literally moved it 20 yards, and I came out of that truck covered in sweat. I said, "Damn!" I mean, I could go like that and it'd be an inch of rain. But I'm looking at Micah Parsons' stats here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
NFL Network done a good job breaking everything down. Now, playing ahead, Micah Parsons has 11 sacks in 2023.
Okay.
Ahead by 1 to 8 points, he has 5 sacks. Ahead by 9 to 16 points, 3.5. This is 2023 numbers. I'll get 2024 numbers here in a minute if y'all guys want it. Playing behind, 1.5 sacks. So that could, talk about when Cowboys are behind, where's Mike at? This was in 2023. Behind by 1 to 8 points, 1.5 sacks. Behind 9 to 16 points, 0. Whenever the score's tied, he has 1.5 sacks. Mm-hmm. Now, whether he's playing on grass or turf, it's down the middle. 6.5 on grass, 7.5 on turf. So there's no fall apart there where grass or turf. I didn't know this thing was a thing here. Now, home games 2023, 5.5 sacks. Road games 8.5. Does a little better on the road, Fifth. If we give us all kinds of road games, then pimps. All right. First half total sacks 8. Second half total sacks 6. 2023. The last 2 minutes of the half, whether that be it's combined, right? 2-minute warnings. 3 sacks. Ooh. I get what y'all are saying. I get what you guys are saying. All right. Y'all want to look at 2024?
Go ahead.
All right. 2024. Here we go. Now he was hurt. These stats are going to be a little light. All right.
Yeah.
Whenever the Cowboys were ahead, 7 sacks. Ahead by 1 to 8, a sack and a half. Ahead by 9 to 16, he had 3 sacks. Behind, he had 3 sacks last year. Behind 1 to 8 points, 3 sacks. Whenever the Cowboys and the opponent was tied, Micah Parsons got 2 sacks in that. Last year, first quarter, 3 sacks. Fourth quarter, 2.5. Fourth quarter, within 7, 0. Second quarter, 3.5. Third quarter, 3. And then all he did was play on turf last year. He didn't play on any grass because he was hurt. Now, if you look at the margins of victory from 0 to 7, 2.5 sacks, 15 plus points, 3, and then 8 to 14 points, he had 2 sacks. Home versus away last year, 7 for home, 5 for road. He kind of dipped, but again, he wasn't playing as good. All right, here you go. The halves. First half, 6.5. Second half, 5.5. So he played a little better when in the second half versus 2023. He did. But I'm going to keep looking at this. This is pretty interesting.
Yeah, but corner, what those stats show is that in big time moments, got to have it to close out a game. He's not there.
He's not there in the biggest
Yeah,
game.
he ain't there. First half.
And that is what your superstars are supposed to be.
Yeah,
That's
my problem.
You got to have a stop. If you got to have a stop, you got to get your offense back the ball. And your superstar number 1 player, that's where he's non-existent most of the time.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly my problem, man. It's like he's obviously talented. I mean, you can't be putting up double-digit sacks every year and not be talented. He is without question talented. And can he be a game changer? He absolutely can be. We've seen spurts, moments where he can be. I just don't see it in the biggest moments for me.
Last year, on the opponent's 49 to 20, so from the red zone to the 49, 7.5 sacks last year. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay. It's tough, man, because I don't want to make it seem bad, but man, we really could have used Parson in that Green Bay game, bro.
Yeah, no, that for sure.
We really could have used him, and I'm not saying he won't be better. Just that moment there.
Mic check. It's that round table heat. Cowboys truth. No filter. Let's ride. Look at this shit. OG back with the static. Take so wild, y'all swear it's cinematic. Saying we going 17-0 and fold. Y'all yelling, he preaching like he 80 years old. Calm down, censor when the chat go dumb. He light up the screen like a Texas sun. Rant so hot, burn your ear through the mic. Screaming at stats like they owe him his life. What's going on, everybody? Corner in place. Got a take in the holster and a grin on his face. They throwing shots, he eat that. Spin it back, still stand 10 toes with the world on his back. Talk greasy, he fire back live on the show. Catch trolls slipping, just letting them know. You don't like the take, then enjoy the show. Slide in my DMs like a hoe.
Yes.
Gonna be a bell cow. Talk soft, but the truth get loud right now. You know
Look at it.
Stop the run. Voice low, but the takes weigh a ton. He dissect plays like he running the huddle. Quiet assassin, leave fake fans in trouble. Forget the noise, he break down schemes. Whispered words but shattered dreams. Boom, Danny in the chat, draft maps on the wall, digging deep for them names. Y'all don't call. You're gonna laugh when the pick gets booed, but 3 years later he proved that dude. Let's be honest, ain't nobody break film like this. Pull tape from Temple or a safety from Pitt. Reflecting on glory back when we ruled. Now we savage on mics and the room gets schooled. Boom.
Yo, shout out to
Shout out
Nate.
to Uncensored.
Shout out to Nate Dogg and Uncensored. Jesus Christ, man.
Nate Dogg helped a lot.
This is
Man,
Nate.
and they have a lot more, man. Believe me,
my
that
God,
I've heard most of it. It's
After the show, I wanted to give Fifth the chance to play as many as he wanted. After the show, I'm gonna upload all of them onto my channel.
nice.
You got a channel?
If you want to call it that. You got a YouTube account. Everybody got a channel.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't post it. That's
put my
all.
glasses on, man.
When
Boy,
What'd you say?
no, I'm laughing at the comment. No, everyone has a channel. It says whether you post.
But I don't. Now you can't see. We never get. Nate Dogg dropped the album. That's funny. So that was my thing, Corner. Like I said, that's why we got 40 plus people watching. Salute to everybody. Hit the like button, please. That was my thing, man. Going into this season, we gotta hold these players accountable. We gotta take accountability. We gotta stop saying is the mic and I don't like to say what other people say because I don't believe it's that bad saying he the Dak Prescott of the defense. I don't say that.
That's a stretch.
But you can compare Dak, stats that don't matter, end of the game, those yards, those dead yards. You can't compare that to Micah sacks that don't make. It's like dead stats. Corner. I said the other night, it's like when you dropped your load off, you got to drive 100 miles the other way. It's dead. It's dead.
Oh, I thought you were going a whole different direction with dropping loads. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness!
Come on, man.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
No.
You gotta wait for champs to get on to talk about that.
The garbage time numbers. It's like when you drop the load and you did hit 100 miles. It's pointless. You're not getting paid for it. So those stats where Dak get the garbage time yards, and it means nothing for us, man. It's like on G. Hampton's show. I don't know where you went when we was on. I don't know why you got off. But
I had some Pizza Hut orders to do.
Oh, okay. It's like
Pizza Hut got added on to the Uber Eats, and I was like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn, there's Pizza Hut on this bitch. It ain't on there no more. Them delivery drivers got pissed. They went on strike.
Oh, crap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was there. I did 2 deliveries, and it was gone.
Really?
I was gone.
It was on your Uber Eats. It was not?
Well, not in this small town, no.
And
Okay.
it's I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying that you're gonna drop a bunch of loads off.
No, I was talking about the garbage time numbers, and the guy that was on G. Hampton's show, and salute to him. But he talked about his main thing was, and Dak gonna have 4,000 yards this year. I'm like, man, so what?
What does it matter?
I don't care about that, man. I said,
He's
why
done
we
that before?
stats versus victories, man? That's what we gotta get away from. We gotta start. Y'all want me to talk. Y'all want to put Dak up there. Let's talk about him like he should be up there. Let's talk about what he should be doing. Let's talk about him starting to scare defenses like he did his rookie year where they didn't know what to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
That was Zeke.
Dak played good too.
Yeah, but that offense ran through Zeke.
They did.
That was Zeke.
No, Dak played well. It was just the offense. Zeke had 1,000 yards.
Zeke definitely should have won that rookie year. That was bullcrap.
Yep, they stole that from him.
I mean, it's always going to be the quarterback, man, and these kinds of things.
What they give him? Offensive Player of the Year?
Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I think it was
consolation prize. Shit.
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know. I think it was Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That man told the league up that year, man. But that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna have a conversation, y'all don't want us to talk about that. That's what we need to talk about. That and I get what G. Humphrey was saying. He was like, man, okay, we understand what happened. Let's move forward. All right, let's move forward. Can Dak Prescott become a threat in year 10?
No.
Can he realistically? I like real answers. Can he become a threat in year 10? Can he make people be like, damn, we playing Dak now. We got CD, we got Pickens. Them boys tear it up. They run the game crazy. We don't know when they're gonna do play action. We don't know if they're gonna run a pass. And a lot of this also goes to Shoddy. So we're gonna transition to Schottenheimer, man. We got JB. We should have given Micah that Herschel Walker energy a year ago. She.
AD's been saying that for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
You trade Micah, Dallas will burn, bro.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
and they cannot lose Luka and Micah Parsons in a 12-month span.
It'll be crazy if they do that.
All right, we're gonna go to corner boy. Schottenheimer. Oh man, this dude, man. Schottenheimer's honestly might be in a bad spot. He in a bad spot this year because we're coming off a year where Jerry Jones thought McCarthy was going to stay. thought they was going to stay. They thought he was going to stay. Jerry thought because he was cool with his landlord that he wasn't going to put him out. Kept the furniture. I ain't calling U-Haul to nobody. Man, he gonna let me stay, man. Eviction notice. Find you a new place. McCarthy left, and Schottenheimer just got handed the leftovers and new pieces. You know what I'm saying? He got handed, and Jerry's like, here you go. And then in the war room, you can go back and watch it. The man had no input. Not saying that he should because he's a first-time head coach, so he really shouldn't. But the man was just sitting there. He was just there. We seen Garrett interact. We seen McCarthy interact. We seen Dan Quinn interact. Hell, we seen Jerry Grandkid interact. Schottenheimer was just sitting there, man. The man had no input. Hell, he just got there. As far as head coach, I mean. What were they gonna say? They weren't gonna let him do nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what that would equate to, but we keep. Corner mentioned this, and G. Hampton mentioned this about the guy that liked to run the ball that we hired on the offensive side. How much will it really mean when Jerry still is in charge? And I say that to segue into how much and when will Jerry give Schottenheimer the keys, Corner?
Well, there's a lot to unpack here. When I look at Mike McCarthy at the beginning of the year when Dak Prescott got paid, I made the statement of Mike McCarthy needs to stay here to keep that Dak marriage together. Week 1 happened. I said, okay, Dak didn't play good against the Browns, but they managed to get the win. Then you look at the week 2, the game against the Saints, the big collapse, and I was like, well, maybe not because it's still same old Mike McCarthy. Right? The guy that stood at the podium and said, I didn't get my team ready. The guy that hasn't got his team ready. The guy that should have been out of here against the Green Bay game. Right? So when I look at Mike McCarthy leaving, it really doesn't bother me. This isn't Bill Belichick leaving. This isn't the guy that won the Giants 2 Super Bowls. What was that coach's name? What was his name? The old white man. What was his name? Coughlin, yeah. It ain't Jim Caldwell leaving the Steelers, right? This is Mike McCarthy leaving the Cowboys. Even the Packer fans were happy when Mike McCarthy left, and that was the coach that got him a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like Mike McCarthy did good. I mean, he did something that we haven't done since 90, 92, 93, 94 season was win back-to-back winning seasons like that. But the candle burnt out quick. The culture, the attitude, the excitement just wasn't there. You had people with boom boxes on their shoulders say, we're going to kick these guys' ass. And Mike McCarthy responded by getting out coached many times. All right. So now, topic at hand, Brian Schottenheimer. When is the time now? I didn't like the fact, and I said on the Frisco Report while we were watching it, when I was doing my commentary of the War Room, I didn't like the fact that Schottenheimer just sat there. But there's sometimes where you don't have to be the smartest man in the room. You can sit there and soak things in.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can say the wrong thing and it might rub somebody the wrong way. Will McClay's been doing it for many years. Will McClay and his staff has been doing it for many years. I'm sure Schottenheimer heard all the noise like Jerry likes to do this, Stephen Jones likes to do that. So I'm looking at it okay, maybe he was just soaking in what people were saying. And maybe he did have input in because the War Room wasn't on them 24/7. I didn't have a direct camera 24/7 on those guys, right? But what I did see was he was sitting there, he was soaking information, and maybe he's a hell of an actor. Give him an Emmy. He liked the picks. Like he looked very optimistic. He was listening to people's input. Maybe that was his guy all along. So maybe he didn't need to say anything. But I don't know how many draft picks we had. But out of that many draft picks, how realistic that I don't know. But when it comes to the keys, I think Schottenheimer has the keys. I don't think Jerry knows who Connor Riley is. I don't think Jerry knows who Clayton Adam is. He knows who Matt LaFleur is, or Matt Eberflus, excuse me. He knows who Matt Eberflus is. So I mean, maybe he had some input on Matt Eberflus coming in as the defensive coordinator, right? But when you look at Schottenheimer's direction and going Clayton Adams and going and Connor Riley and then drafting Tyler Booker, it tells me, okay, he didn't say much of the draft, but if I look at his moves, he's doing something. Then, knock on wood, where's the Jerry Jones interviews at? We haven't had a single Jerry Jones interview in a long time since the draft. We've had Stephen Jones talk, and Stephen Jones talked about the culture. He threw Garrett under the bus. He threw Mike McCarthy under the bus. He said Schottenheimer's bringing a little bit of different culture here than what those guys did. Sometimes it's good to have a little something different, and that's what Schottenheimer's bringing to us. So there's a different tone from my chair looking in of, okay, Schottenheimer, this is your bus. Don't have any flat tires. Get us home. As Jacob Fatu would say, get in where you fit in. I mean, so that's where I'm telling Schottenheimer, get in where you fit in, drive this bus, and get us home. Let's see what you got.
I respect that. Cool Cowboy, where you been, man?
Sorry for going long-winded, though.
You good, man?
Yo, what's up, guys? How are y'all been?
Man, you've been missing in action, man. What's happening with you?
Bro, I've been out of the country, bro, for the last month and a half. That's why I haven't been on the show.
Vacation?
Yeah, vacation.
Nice.
Well, it's good to hear from you, cool Nate Dogg Cowboy.
Man, we're not doing this shit again.
Talk to him.
We can get both of them on the show at the same time.
I can guarantee you I'll hear.
It'll never happen.
They got to prove to me. It's like Superman and Clark Kent. They never in the same place at the same time.
It's like me and Batman. But
They were on the show together a couple of times. That's the reason you guys think they sound alike.
So, uncensored. Schottenheimer has a handful. Success his first year as head coach. What do you see?
I think his first year he's going to be more focused on getting the foundation of this team set up the way he needs it to run for multiple years. There are some players that I guarantee you he's not happy that are still on this team, but you can't change it all at one time. Schottenheimer has had the ability for the last 2 years to do what he did in the draft room, like Corner said. He's sat back and he's observed and watched what was going on in his organization. And he's going to need some time. He's going to need some grace. And when Corner said he had the keys to the car, I'm thinking, yeah, he got the keys to the car, but it's a Tesla and it's on autopilot. because it's still, this organization is still driven by Jerry Jones. Silent as he might be right now, the last time we saw him was in the draft, and he was front and center. But I want to see Shotty in 3 years, not this year. I'm not too excited about this year because I don't think they're going to be that good. However, there are things that I will be looking for to make me excited about 2026. I want to see fundamental changes in the way that this team plays football. I don't care about the off the field interactions or any of that. When you cross that line with your helmet on, are you playing a different brand of football than what we've been used to? Because I think the Cowboys have been soft and finesse football for a very, very long time. So if they come out and they playing hard-nosed football and they lose a game 21-23, I'm not mad at that because it's changing the way this team plays football. And you can't get rid. We need fucking safeties that are gonna put their nose in and help stop the fucking run. People forget the strong safety is part of run defense. Free safety is part of pass defense. Now, both of them help in pass defense, but your strong safety is supposed to be able to come up and help run stop. We need two safeties.
We haven't had one since Barry Church.
Exactly, and we need time. He's gonna need time. Give him grace. I'm like I said, I don't know what type of coach he's going to be. I don't think anybody does. So I'm going to be looking in the preseason, seeing what type of plays they run in, seeing what formations they lining up in, because you can't really take much out of preseason outside of that. Are they lining up in heavy run formations and practicing the run? Are they focusing on stopping the run? Those type of things in preseason, and then I'll grade it off of the first 8 weeks or so. I'll make my determination on shoddy and quote unquote culture around this football team after about 8 weeks.
I like that response. Eshan, how you feel with Schottenheim, his first year, the head coach of this team?
I think it'll be a struggle, man. I'm gonna be honest, but I don't necessarily think that's even necessarily a bad thing. For me, like Uncensored said, what I'm gonna be really judging with him is how we play, and then if it's gonna be different. Because if it's the same shit as what we've seen last year, where it's blowouts every week, it's gonna I'm gonna be I'm gonna be pissed. But it's just if like you said, if it's a 22-23 slugfest and we lose, I'm not going to be mad at that necessarily because it's showing that the team is getting tougher. That's where I'm going to really judge and see, and that'll ultimately dictate the play on the field. That's my issue with this whole culture thing right now. We can only judge culture based off of what's going on the field. Right now, it's nice to say, oh, he's changing the culture, saying all the right things, is taking these guys to dancing, to whatever it is at dinners or whatever, golf, so on and so forth. And that's nice and that's fine to say now, but at the end of the day, we'll see on the field when it matters, and that's all we can really judge on, right? And I think that it was a good point that Corner made, that sometimes not being the smartest in the room is a smart idea, and you're watching and observing. That's a good point. So I didn't think about it that way, and I agree with that. But in terms of how I'm going to grade Schottenheimer, man, it's entirely how we play, less about if we win. Because I think he's a first-year head coach, man. He's going to struggle at some point. He's going to, regardless of what, whether we go 12-5, we go 5-12, whatever, he's going to have his ups and downs as a first-year head coach. It's going to happen. So, I'm more going to judge how the team plays than if we necessarily win or we lose a game. And so, as a first-time head coach, I think that's what I would really look at. And, yeah, so, I mean, that's kind of – but in general, I think my biggest thing with the team in general, regardless of how the season goes, my biggest fear is that he's going to be Dak Prescott's scapegoat if Dak plays bad. And that's ultimately where I have a big fear, is that if Dak those picks in big games, or if he does not play well, the first thing people, the Dak fans, are going to blame is Schottenheimer. And we know that that's going to be the case. So I want to give this guy a chance. Obviously, I want to see what he can do. And at this point, like Uncensored said, we don't really know how the season will go right now, and we don't know how it's going to play out right now. But I'm more looking at the way the team plays, and that'll ultimately dictate to me a culture change. If not a complete change, but it's going to go in the right direction. You know what I mean? So that's where I am, man.
Okay, cool, Cowboy. Schottenheimer first year, man. What do you expect, man?
I expect some growing pains at the start because, like Corner said, and I don't know if Corner said that, but someone said he probably doesn't have all the pieces he wants right now. Like, he has some of the McCarthy leftover guys, and I feel like with the schedule being tough and the fact that the roster is just not as talented as it once was, we're gonna see some struggles in the first year. But I just hope the penalties get cut down, because I don't remember the last time we did not be in the top 5 leading in penalties. I'm so sick of that. I just want to stop having so many penalties. I also hope that, unlike last year, if we lose a lot, I guess it's fine because we're not really supposed to be that good, but don't get blown out. Don't lose 50-0, 50-20. Lose 30-20 for you. But because honestly, this schedule is really, really hard. I doubt we're gonna do good, but if we just see incremental progress like that and see toughness, if adversity hits, the team doesn't quit on him, that would also be good, because that would show that the players believe in him. But we'll have to see. No one knows what's gonna happen, but I think we're gonna struggle. But I just hope it's just not gonna be as bad as last year, because last year the team gave up on McCarthy.
Yeah.
Even though even though people say they did not, they did. It was very obvious near the end that they wanted them out of there. So we'll see.
I
Yeah.
think for me, I just can't get over what was going on that field. Like, I can't get over that. That team them guys, man. What the hell was they doing? Arguing? They looked like they was one with each other. They weren't communicating on the field. It seemed like everybody was for themselves in that dang on game.
Which game?
Which
You're
game?
talking about last game?
Playoff game.
Oh, the
Oh,
Packer
yeah.
game. The Packer game. Yeah.
That stemmed from a very, very bad week in practice.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was an entire week of bad practice that just completely spilled out onto a playoff game.
Yeah. I mean, it was obvious when you watch the game. It was obvious that it was a top-down failure that game.
Seems like every time though we were in the playoffs in the McCarthy era, it's the same thing. We had a bad week of practice. Like if you're a good coach, you have your
That's on
players
coaching.
prepared for the biggest moments.
Yeah, that's on the coach. Yeah, so
Hey, corner, you don't have to ask your wife for help.
Yeah.
Here's the bed.
Put the kids to bed, hide your wives on Sensitive Live. He don't sugarcoat nothing, he just tell it to survive. Stats are for losers, that's how we thrive. Debating who's the better loser, nah, he ain't got time. Cowboy fans suffer from post-Aikman PTSD. Still holding on to glory like it's 93. He loved the team, but he ain't blind with pride. Put the mic in his hand, let the truth decide. Uncensored cowboy, voice sharp like a blade. Breaking down plays while the cheer talk fades. Ain't fooled by a win if the scheme look trash. He call out the stars if they miss, they clash. He said, this ain't loyalty, this accountability. You praise mediocrity, I talk reality. Seen too many games where the hype came cheap, so we pull up the film and cut it deep. He ain't in a spin, fake stats or shine. He want trophies, not excuses in line. He said, call it love when you tell him the truth. So I scream like a vet in the film room booth.
Woo, let's go, man.
Who made that, bro?
Nate Dogg and Uncensored made a bunch of things, man. It's awesome.
Fire.
Yeah, Nate Dogg's a rapper. You didn't know that?
Yo, Nate Dogg, send me the links.
Ah,
Yo, the process to make those songs is so fucking annoying.
Chat, man. Chat GPT.
It was fun. It was fun to do, but it was fucking annoying.
Yeah. Telling you, man, Chat GPT is always like that.
so
What is ChatGPT?
It's
You don't know what
AI,
that-
You don't know what ChatGPT is?
he know, man.
He knows exactly what it is.
Yeah, I
Look
was gonna say, no way you don't
Look
know.
at his
Come
face.
on, man.
I promise you, he know.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
He trying to hide his face.
No, you know, bro. That smile says it all. You know what it is.
He does. He always do that.
He always does this. I love
Or
it.
you bring up an actor to him. Hey, so and so movie. Who is that? I don't know who that is.
The crazy part is, in order to do the songs, you have to build the characters up, and ChatGPT remembers. So I had to like feed all you guys' content into it, line by line by line,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
tell it the type of song I wanted and the style I wanted and the speed and tempo. And then it would make some shit that didn't make any fucking sense. And
Yeah.
me and Nate Dogg would have to go through and edit the fucking songs.
Are y'all roommates or something? How'd y'all do that?
Nah, we're just on the phone with each other.
I think they're wrong.
They roommates.
Microphone Fiend has to do a rap battle with ChatGPT.
That would be hilarious.
Would you just right now, before the season start, whatever, if you had to put them in order right now, what would you rank the NFC East?
Man, look, I hate these NFC East teams, so I'm gonna keep it funky.
Keep it funky.
I'm all gas, no brakes.
Keep it a buck, man.
Right now, I got the Cowboys 12-5, right? So there hasn't been. You knew that. We're looking all crazy.
I thought it was 11-6.
No, he said 12-5 for like shows up on shows.
Yeah, he's been 12-5 for a while.
He's been saying that for a minute now. At least a couple.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, if they go
Look at the
12-5, he putting that shit in a fucking frame.
He has
If they go 12-5, he's framing that.
5-14, 2025.
Yeah,
5-14, 2025. The Frisco report is where I did that.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Yeah, 12-5, baby. Woo! Here we go. Cowboys win. So there hasn't been a repeat winner in the NFC East. So the magic is the magic when it comes to who is the winner. All right, they haven't had it since back-to-back 2002, 2003. It was the Philadelphia Eagles. All right. So I got Dallas Cowboys off rip. All right.
Number one?
You got him number
Off
one?
rip, number one.
Off rip.
Eagles, number two. Commanders, Giants.
I ain't gonna lie.
Let me put the date on this one.
Yeah, make sure you put that down.
6/27. What Freaky Friday?
That's right. Uncensored, what you got the NFC East, man?
NFC East, I got Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants.
Right. Uncensored. What you got?
Same order. I'm the Eagles, the Commanders, the Cowboys, the Giants. Same order.
Cool Cowboy, what you got for the rankings in the East?
Same exact thing. The Giants they're still bad. I don't care what anyone says. Jackson Dart is a bum. Then we're gonna be third, and then unfortunately the Commanders will be second, and the Eagles will be first.
So y'all
Whoa,
thinking
Simon?
the Eagles are gonna back-to-back?
Freebase? You mean freestyle, not free base. Holy
I
shit.
had face. I was like, huh?
Holy shit.
What does free base mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
You gotta look up Richard Pryor.
Come on. Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch, don't disrespect. Yo, bro, listen. Don't
Come on, man.
Hey, Corner, it's when you take powdered milk
I don't
and
lie.
you put it in
Now,
cereal
Come
and
on,
you mix
man.
it and the shit blow up.
You caught me
Come
off guard
on,
with
man.
the I'll explain soon.
Shit.
Caught me off guard with double. I ain't gonna lie.
That's super funny. I knew what you meant the moment.
Yeah, you hear that echo from the stadium? That's OG. Microphone fame, no chill in his veins. Cowboys nation, stand up. OG in the spot with a star on his chest, yelling play action bootleg, never getting less. Mississippi toss sweep, that's the holy call. He's breaking down defenses like he's seen it all. Screaming from the couch like he's calling the play. Lance got the vision, send Dak away. No shade, okay, maybe just a little. He's the loudest in the room, bringing heat like a griddle. He the microphone fiend, can't stop the flame. Cowboys ride or die, that's the name of the game. From the snap to the bootleg, shouting out schemes. OG run the field like he calling the dreams.
Just another little sample. So for me, I got Eagles, of course. Commanders. I definitely better. I think the Commanders are going to be better just because they're already put together. Dan Quinn has been there. He got the young QB, he got the defense. I think they're going to be slightly better than us. I got us at 3 because the Giants. Who cares?
Yes, the
But
Giants.
yeah, I think the Eagles are gonna. I think they're gonna repeat. I think they're gonna win.
The last I looked, Vegas had us at the 5th worst record in the NFC for the year. That's what they had us predicted to be.
All right, my dog. You just said 2 times you was gonna leave. Okay. But anyways, so that's why I got us at hopefully, and then they got there was a picture today on Twitter. Funny folks are saying, "Oh my God, Dak's in the best shape of his life. MVP season loading."
Yeah. You said the moment you sent me that, I was pissed, man.
Man, listen, man. I don't know. There's just so many question marks. I always say, like, I forgot what 80 said. I said 80 didn't say rebuild. I forgot what he said. My memory bad.
Bro, they say he's in the best shape of his life every single year, bro. It's a joke.
Yeah, no, it's like in my mind what he's saying. I know what you're talking about, though.
I just think you got work with this organization. Honestly, I don't know how Corner got them 12-5. That just blows my mind. I do not see us beating 12 teams on this freaking schedule.
Nah.
You know, this is a fairly. I mean, man, bro. I don't see that one, Corner. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog.
Yeah, I can't either.
I don't see that one.
Clean your glasses off, and then we'll try your take again.
They clean.
I can't see it either, man. I'm gonna be honest.
12 and 5
Readjust your contacts.
wins with this new team, new head, new everything.
It ain't new everything.
Okay, whole new offensive coaching staff, brand new. All of them new. Everybody.
Every coach is new except for the tight ends coach, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Linda Wells. What I'm talking about the player. The coaches don't play.
Right? What? They
Yeah.
matter. What do you mean they matter though? They the coaches.
They do matter,
man.
but the core pieces are still here. I don't see a Mike Nolan situation here. And do you guys see a Mike Nolan situation?
It could happen. I
Stop
don't.
saying that so we can. You got to stop using that. That's
You see
not
Mike
bad.
Nolan?
That's that was terrible. That was
Mike
terrible.
Nolan was.
It got
I don't see it.
to be a Mike Nolan situation to still be
We've
bad.
we've had other bad DCs since I mean besides Mike Nolan. What about
Not
that
as bad as that one.
Ryan? No,
No,
that
that was-
Ryan boy. What's his name? Not Rex
Rob
but his
Ryan.
brother. Rob Ryan. was
Ryan.
bad.
Ryan.
You know,
That
I
was a
met him.
bad defense.
I don't think it'll be as bad as what's his face, Mike Nolan, but I mean, it could happen. You don't know. We don't know.
I don't
People
think,
didn't see Mike Nolan before he did.
Yeah, people didn't see it being that bad even in that season. You know,
I
granted, there were other.
I don't think Trayvon did play the snap as a Dallas Cowboy.
Hey, can I go down a rabbit hole real quick?
Absolutely. Why?
Oh, boy.
Mike Nolan, linebacker coach, came to the Cowboys, stunk it up. Matt Eberflus, linebacker coach. What a quinkadink.
Man.
They're both linebacker coaches.
So did you just shoot yourself in the foot with your own?
Right,
argument?
Yeah.
I don't
Look,
think
You
they-
might have got to change those predictions, man.
that
No, I
dude
ain't
wanted-
changing shit. I'll give Nate Dogg more ammo. What happened?
All right, Corner. I got a question for you. What ranking do you see the Cowboys defense finishing this year?
Oh man, with Matt Eberflus, with Marshawn Nealon, Micah Parsons, Oso Odigizua, Sam Williams. See what he comes in like. New linebacker core here with Maris Lewis-Fowl, Kenneth Murray Jr.
Well, you trying to talk yourself into a ranking?
Yeah.
You're, I'm talking. I'm giving you names here. Deron Bland.
Oh my God.
I can see us. I can still see us being a top 10 defense.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
All
What a
right.
turnaround that would
now,
be.
what do you see the run defense ranking and the pass defense ranking?
With Osa, bottom of the barrel.
Pass rush, I'm not a problem. We got Dante Fowler. I forgot. No, don't forget Dante Fowler. So pass rush defense, I'm not concerned about. We're going to get sacks. If Mike is on this team, you're getting sacks. Marshawn Nealon, I can't wait to see that. Now the run defense, like I said, when Osa got signed, we can talk about run defense all we want. Y'all got me there. Y'all still got me there. I think if they bench Mozzie and they put a better player there, and I'm gonna say this, the player just has to be 30% better than Mozzie, and your running game looks a lot better. So if they can find that in that Toa 7th round draft pick, whatever, maybe they'll get somebody during training camp. Maybe they get somebody on the 90-man cuts. But if Mozzie's there, your running game is going to stay the same. Unless Kenneth Murray Jr. is that dog. All right, that can help. I mean, they're still going to get big chunk 3 yards, 4 yards there if you don't have, a solid one tech there. But I can see right now our run defense probably 18th, 20th. I ain't going to say we're dead last. But I run defense probably 18th, 20th in the league.
I got us around 15th overall defense, around 25 run defense, and probably around 20 pass defense.
20 pass defense?
Yeah.
We don't
Oh,
have
okay.
good safeties. That's the
All
problem.
your corners are
safeties.
injured and your safeties are trash.
The safeties are bad, man.
Safeties are probably some of the worst safeties in the NFL.
If you have a good front seven,
No, sir.
Not if your corners can't cover. If your corners can't cover for 2.5 seconds.
but if your pass rush can go rush in a
What did that
second
pass
and
rush
a
do
three
against the
quarter.
Saints? What did
Boom.
that pass rush do against those Saints last year?
Well,
They were
hopefully
all there. We had our-
I hope our pass rush is better than week 2.
See, that's why we should have kept monkey ass lips.
Whoa.
Golly.
Corner racist, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
What
God.
did I do?
Corner racist, bro. I swear to God.
All my flappers were gasted when you said that.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
Hey,
We
Corner,
didn't have
are
an
you still,
intervention.
hey, Corner, are you still 3%?
Damn right.
Nah, bro.
He's rounding
You see
up.
my DNA chart? How you gonna say no, cool cow? You see my DNA chart?
Let's see it. Let's see it.
I'm putting that shit in his next rap.
You got man.
I don't think.
Yo, corner, show us, bro.
I don't think Trayvon. Baboon. Hey,
I
hey,
know it's
hey,
man.
hey! You don't get to say it. You don't get to say it, Nate Dogg. You don't get to say it.
Man.
You don't get to say it. I get.
Yeah,
I'm the only
damn.
one to say it.
Whew.
Anyway, I don't think Trayvon did play another snap as a Cowboy.
Like at all.
You don't see him coming back at the end
That's
of the
not, I don't think
season?
that's bold. I don't think that's bold.
I
I
don't
think
think
that's
that's bold
I think
either.
he played another snap.
I think that's based off of how the season is come November. When he comes back, if they are in a playoff hunt, he plays. If they are out, they
Okay.
keep him on the sideline, and they just gonna say he had some type of setback, and they're gonna work back channels this offseason to trade him.
Yeah.
Dude down there with 7 kids in Miami talking about some he depressed.
He's
Your,
depressed.
your teammate got to fly down there and check on you.
You might need to play him just so you stop having kids. Shit.
Yeah, honestly.
wait, what are we talking about now?
Trayvon had 7 kids, man.
Trayvon Diggs has 7 kids?
And no, at least 7. He don't know how many he got. He said at least.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wait, with the same woman or with different?
No, no. This is all in the past year and a half.
Yeah. He
God damn, he like Tyreek Hill, bro.
he bought someone a
While he
$500,000.
rehabbing, staying in the mansion, he depressed. So Parsons got to fly down there and stay with him for a week. Oh my God, my life. Your career just went down the drain. You and your brother y'all some simps.
Dude fucking on a different girl every night. He talking about his life is horrible.
Stephon Diggs was on the boat. Remember that?
Yeah.
This would happen while I was gone. But
Yeah, no, Trayvon.
when I saw that, bro, I was like, yeah, that whole family is cooked.
He said, why y'all so
doom
doom
and gloom?
about the team? About
We're
all-
being realistic, man.
dude.
All right, there you go. You wanted it. I'm 4%. Get updated.
Wait.
Oh my goodness.
See, that's not even real.
Say it one more time for me.
You can't update blackness. What's wrong with you?
He went to school of Ebonics and
That is racist. That's
Look at
racist.
that.
he took a couple
Crazy.
thug
Look at
life
that.
classes.
That's racist.
There's about 3% right there.
You're not 3% black.
And
dude.
then they just added
Those are all
Look.
British colonies, bro.
Yeah.
my ass.
Those are all British settlements.
Look at that waterfall my ancestors
Is
seen.
that Cote d'Ivoire? That's a
Hey,
French settlement.
Corner, hey, chill out, dude. Hey,
Oh my God.
chill, bro.
Look at that. My people went fishing on that island.
You was racist.
That is-
You ain't got no.
That is crazy, bro.
Oh my goodness.
You got everybody hairstyle from the movie Grease right now.
Look at my Senegal. Look at that.
Them tight blue jeans. That's all.
My ancestors used to climb that tree.
That's
Dude,
racist.
That is crazy racist.
Nah,
That's 100% racist.
That is nuts.
What? Climb the
That
tree.
is racist. Why
That's
would
a
you show
tree.
that?
That is crazy.
That's
That
what
is
they have
racist.
on there. That's not me. That's
That is
theirs. When you
racist.
click on it, that's it. That's
Now,
all
Corner,
I
it is.
you
now,
do know.
if I
You
pull up
do
a
know
picture, if I pull up a picture of a sombrero, you're gonna say, "Bro, that's racist." If I say, "This is my people wear all the time,"
I would
that
say,
is
where's your
racist.
cabezas?
You are so racist.
That is nuts, man.
That's
How's
crazy.
that? How's that
Thank you,
racist?
Nate Dogg. Yes, he
Yes.
is full blown La Onda, 100%, 100%
Hey,
La Onda on
Hey.
me.
I just showed you my 3%. Now put
Don't you
respect
show
on
that?
my
Hey,
name.
listen, don't you ever show that tree again?
That's the tree they showed me. That's the tree they showed me. I can't manipulate that tree. There's Cat DBT.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
bro,
I
that's
love
racist.
it, man. This is fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
Hey, that's the same tree
Hey.
from Lion King. Show that tree, man.
Hey, Camardia. Michael's 3%. 3%.
Oh,
Ooh la
that's
la.
you gonna get
That is
canceled, bro.
racist.
That
as
is
fuck.
racist.
That is racist.
That's the Lion King song. Come
That's
on
not
now.
the word.
That is not nowhere
not the
near the
word.
Lion King
No,
song.
that is not.
That makes it even more racist because you think all of it sound the same.
He
I said Michael is 3%.
What was
La
his
la
name?
la.
What was
Golly.
his name? What was the leader of the BGA name in that movie?
Oh, you can't cancel me. I'm not nobody.
What's his name?
Hey, play my party, Fifth.
What was his name?
Who's name?
It's an old movie. Dang, I forgot his name. But yeah, man, it's. I can't see 12-5. I'm sorry. To be honest with you, bro, I got them 7 wins.
7.
Yeah,
Those-
I'm
those
at
young-
By week 10.
Those,
8-2 in week 10.
Look at
He said 7 wins. I said by week 10.
Nah, man.
Oh, nah, bro. I mean, I wish, but I doubt it, man.
those young running backs about to run into some grown men.
That's racist.
What? That is not
You
racist.
guys are crazy. God.
They about to run into some grown men, bro.
Bro, our D tackles are like goddamn juniors, bro. Like,
His name. They killed Bonafide too. Yeah, Bonafide was his name. Look at Nate Dogg know a little bit about that old school. But you was a young boy. You weren't even born when that movie came out.
Hey, y'all can't dispute my 3%. I put it on the screen.
Dude, you showed us a tree in Africa. That's racist.
That is nuts.
That's what they put.
Dude, that might be the most racist thing you've ever done.
Look,
Crazy.
look,
Corner, don't put that corner. Don't put that tree
Look.
again.
look. You click on that section.
Corner.
Senegal pops up. You click on Senegal, and you scroll through, and that's what you read. You get to read it.
If I
That
show
is a British
highway,
settlement.
That is nuts.
if I show a highway with a damn tumbleweed
You guys, West Texas.
to Mexico.
Whoa! Hey, that tumbleweed's gonna get deported. You can't do that.
Oh my! What is going on? What the hell is going on?
And whoever laughed at that is pure racist.
You took some extra beta alanine today, man.
I can't believe you showed that tree, dude. Oh
I
my
didn't show the tree. Ancestry.com showed the tree.
God.
British settlements my ass trying to take away my 3%.
It's full of crap. Don't believe
No, it's
that
full
shit.
of stats.
That's funny.
Jesus Christ, man, this is hilarious.
That's ridiculous, man. What do you say? We better be ready and in shape because our division's not. Yeah, I agree. Especially about the in shape part. Definitely in shape. I agree with that, man. I agree with that.
Which is even more physical.
Yeah,
we need to be
yeah.
physical. Yeah.
I agree with that. That's the problem. Like we talked about last week, he's saying, put these guys on the school bus, take them to a high school, man. They don't know what it's like to practice on them type of fields no more. It rained a little bit. They run inside the building. Oh, it's raining. Man,
Hey, lightning, Texas lightning is a big deal. All right.
Or do you know what I mean?
Well, you know what he means, man. Come
You know
on,
what
man.
didn't they used to practice like down in Austin, bro?
No, the
Before,
They did
Cal-
San Antonio 1 year.
Man,
Oh.
the Cowboys made it a point to post on their Instagram that they practice outdoors one season.
Yo, Popeye was tripping.
that was during the
They-
Garrett years, right?
Yeah, they had an 8 year. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Some
Not
guys,
surprised.
If you ever been to the Star, man,
Yeah,
Oh, I've been through. I lived like 10 minutes away from it, bro.
right?
I've been there many times.
Bro, I've been in many times, bro. That shit is a country club.
It's a beautiful establishment. It's just not It's just not.
It shouldn't be used up for the practice, honestly. It,
Bro. They-
What?
Oh boy, here you go.
Oh shit, corner. There you go.
corner, bro. Let's be honest. It'd be better if they practice
Corner.
on a random. Like, do you see, for example, where the Steelers play? They literally play on a D3 college field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
corner.
why can't we do that?
I've been to the Star. I've been to the Star. You know,
But
there's like,
the Cowboys practice at the Star
there's like 20 fucking restaurants there, and like a fucking like
on the outside across the street.
Eshan, let me ask you a question. What the Cowboys play they home games at?
what?
Arlington, Texas, AT&T.
Yeah,
AT&T.
They practice there too, right?
No,
yeah. AT&T.
No, they do not.
What state do they practice in?
Where do they practice it? I mean, they have they have the what did you call it?
the Star in Frisco.
The Star. They practiced at the
They have
Star.
But why the hell
They have Oxnard in LA.
for training camp?
Yeah, that
Are
I
we
know.
in freaking California, man?
You don't know why?
It
Eshaw
doesn't-
would know.
It's
Yeah, because
ridiculous. It makes no
Hollywood.
sense. It's stupid.
You know how
The
many
only
teams
team
would
that do
love
this
that?
crap, man.
It's because of the weather,
Only
right?
ones that do this crap, bro.
Yes.
Corner.
Yeah,
I know
It's
because
the weather, bro.
but like, there's no reason a football team should be
It's
practicing in
stupid.
LA, man. Like,
Well,
it's
first of all, hold up. It ain't stupid. It's genius. It's genius.
from a business standpoint, not from a football standpoint.
No, not even from a Cowboy fans are going to show up. I don't care if you're practicing in Mexico
Uncensored
City.
got kicked
Cowboy
out, by
fans
the way.
Are going to show up. All right. But here's where it's genius. Heat exhaustion for 300-pound dudes is a thing. Look at them when they practice in Wichita Falls, Texas. It was hot. It was hot. Dehydration. Then you get cramping. Then you can't get your installments in. You're risking more players getting hurt versus Oxnard and that cool ocean wind.
Corner.
And that cool ocean wind hitting Oxnard where you could taste the salt on your tongue. Taste the air.
That's a
Taste the
problem.
air. All right. So whenever you're able to stay cool, calm, and collected, you could get more installs in and less injury.
God forbid the Falcons practicing in 100 degrees weather.
Yeah,
God forbid the Houston Texans practicing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Texans. They
Well,
practice outside.
God forbid the Arizona Cardinals practicing in 110.
yeah, and the
Come
Cowboys.
on, man. Give me a break, man.
This is why we're so
You
soft.
know that
Where are the
Jerry
Rams
Jerry
practice?
I don't
Jerry
care. I'm
Jones
not talking
wanted
about
them.
them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking
Well, the
about
Rams are
teams-
located in
I'm talking
LA.
about
It's a
teams that
different
practice in
story.
the heat you
But
talking
that
about.
corner, time out.
Where
The
does
Rams
San
are-
Fran practice?
We talking about teams that practice in the heat you talking about. They don't go to
Corner,
California.
corner.
They don't leave.
Time
Where do
out.
Arizona practice? In Arizona.
The Rams are based in LA. It makes sense for them to practice in LA. The Cowboys should not practice in LA. They're
Thank
The Cowboys practice in LA because Bill Parcells convinced Jerry Jones that it was better to play and practice out of the Texas heat. Jerry Jones wanted it back in Texas because Ford was going to sponsor their practices, and Bill Parcells convinced him not to, and they just kept it going. That was
Hey.
Bill Parcells, not Jerry Jones.
We had training camp in Texas in 2020, and we had a losing season that year. What's your point?
It was in the
Bro,
it was in a pandemic, man.
It was
That's
season.
different.
corner.
That was 2020 was
We had training camp in North Texas, and we had a losing season. What's your point?
It was in a pandemic 2020. LA wasn't even, you couldn't even walk to the fucking grocery store in 2020.
Was there a Super Bowl winner in 2020?
Come on, man.
Football was still played.
That team, the coaches, come on. We know what that 2020 was a disaster.
Yeah, man, come on.
It
The
didn't
2020
matter
was a
what
Mickey
it-
Mouse year.
I can only go off of what I know.
You know the. Okay.
Context
This is why
matters,
we're so
Corner. You
soft,
know
though,
that.
because we have to pamper our players by going to California and staying in the nice weather. We need to be tough, play in the Texas heat. The Houston Texans do it, and they do just fine. So why can't we?
What
Or
game
even-
that was McCarthy let them stay at home instead of the team hotel?
It was a playoff.
All of
game.
them.
All of them in the playoff games, including.
Man,
They finished the last 3 weeks of training camp in North Texas.
Yeah, they do. Once they go back for the home games, they don't go back to
They
Oxnard.
still practice in luxury, like the Stars.
They
are-
still practice inside the Ford Center.
it's a
So
luxury way to be-
so y'all don't want them in California, but y'all don't want them. Y'all want them in North Texas, but outside.
I want them on a high school football field where they actually have to
Yes, we do want them outside.
rub it out. The Star is a luxury, man. We've all been to the Star. I'm assuming it's a complete luxury there, man. Fucking $1 billion, like it's a beautiful place for business. Not
Yeah,
for a football team.
I'm with Corner on this one, bro. Y'all, there's so you're gonna deal with players with heat exhaustion and a whole bunch of other shit. You're not gonna be able to get as many practices and reps in with players in 100 degrees. It's not gonna happen.
Well,
That's why Bill Parcells wanted it in California, because he didn't have to worry about players needing to go inside to get out of 110 degrees
all right.
heat.
But let me ask you this.
Arizona Cardinals, do the Arizona Cardinals not have training camp? I'm sorry.
They have an indoor facility, and
Do
the same thing with the Oakland Raiders. I mean, the Las Vegas Raiders. They got an indoor
the
facility.
Cowboys also have an indoor facility. The Cowboys also have an indoor facility.
Yeah, if they want to practice inside, but people are making an argument that they want them outside in the elements. If you're saying that you want them in Texas, I'm okay with that. But I'm just saying, if you put them outside in that heat, they're going to have more breaks, and they're not going to get as many reps in.
Raise your hand, and this ain't a knock on anybody. Raise your hand if you had 2 days as a high school kid in Texas heat.
Yeah.
Not in Texas heat, no.
Football.
I live in Texas.
Or raise your hand if you had 2 days in heat. Period. As a high school kid, that shit is hot as hell.
No, without question, I'm not disagreeing with that.
No,
Now
yeah,
imagine now put. I weighed 180 in high school. Now put 120 more pounds on me and go do that day in, day out, 2 days. There ain't no god dog way that you can have a successful practice like that. Ain't no way.
I get what you're saying, but okay, let me just ask this, and this is a genuine question. Why do you think then that the players are this soft and that because there's a softness with this team? We all know this. This is just a genuine question. Feel free to answer however you wish, but why do you think the Cowboys are such a soft football team then? That's just me genuinely asking. So feel free to answer that.
There's no accountability. That's why they're soft. There's no accountability. Who's been held accountable? Zeke in his first year ever. Last year with Mike McCarthy was getting suspended for a game, or it wasn't even a game. It was a half, I think, because he was late to practice. Where is accountability?
No, I mean, I agree with
Where is
that.
it?
I agree with that, but I do think the way that they practice does play a factor.
And we did too, 1980. But you're not 300 pounds. That's what I'm trying to say here. Go be 300 pounds at an NFL capacity level, where you're doing multiple drills, multiple installments, multiple plays. It's nonstop. Oxnard gives you the luxury of having consistent time and less water breaks.
I just think the surrounding facility at Oxnard is just too luxurious, man.
Texans don't get to go to California, not practice at home. Oh, it's the heat. That's why we suck. That's why
Atlanta practice indoors.
That's why we go when we go play teams in different elements, we lose because their body not used to it. Their body ain't adapted to it. That's why. That's 100% why. When we play teams in different elements, we lose. Why? Because we used to practice in the air conditioning.
So should we go to should we go to Antarctica and practice?
Did you hear Corner? He want to get them to come go practice by the water in Oxnard. Man, what is this? What is this? Not football? It gets hot. So what?
They shouldn't practice in all of it. They shouldn't practice.
Okay, don't practice by the water.
You want to talk about elements?
That's why Trayvon Diggs was scared to take the hit. That's why Michael Parsons be heated. His lungs ain't prepared for nothing but indoors in the Cowboys AT&T Stadium. That's why. That's why their body not prepared for it. Their body can't adapt to different inclement type weather because Jerry pampered these dudes.
Okay, so to your logic, when we go play Green Bay in January, the Cowboys should go practice in Antarctica. To your logic, what you're saying is when we go play Tampa Bay, we should go practice in that climate. Well, because we got to get used to heat. What are we talking about here? We're looking at you're missing the whole thing of why we're in Oxnard. It's because it's less heat stress and it's more installment. That's
Why don't the
whole
Houston
point.
Texans go practice on water too then?
Because they probably can't afford it. That's probably why.
A billionaire? All right.
No, they can
I don't
afford
think
it.
it's
They
a-
can
You know
I don't
afford
how
think
it.
much
it's a
that
price.
cost? You
All
know
right.
how much that cost?
All
That's
right.
high price shit.
All right.
It ain't a money issue.
We're the number
No, it is
one
not a money
franchise
issue.
He know
when it comes
that. He
to
know
money.
that. He know it's not a money.
It's
They
not a
can't
money
afford
issue.
it.
It's not a money issue, man. I
They
look
The
can't
at
poorest
afford
NFL owner is still a billionaire. I'm pretty sure.
And the
And
reason
they
it's not a money issue is because if the Texans wanted to go practice somewhere else for training camp, they would get a whole bunch of companies to sponsor that training camp. They have banners all over it.
But how many fans would they have there?
It don't matter. They don't care if the fans show up.
Corner.
corner. They just shouldn't.
How you gonna sell your jerseys? How you gonna sell your hats and your merchandise?
The
You
NFL
care
has
if
no
fans show
problem
up.
selling merchandise.
Guys,
The
one at
a
NFL
time.
has zero problem.
NFLshop.com is where you're getting it.
The Dallas Cowboys is worth $10 billion. The Houston Texans is worth $7 billion. They can go
Yeah.
anywhere they want to and
They can
practice.
go anywhere they want to, man.
He know that.
They'll be worth $6 after
He's
one
just
training
making
camp.
an excuse for the Heat.
Man.
Other teams practice in the Heat. Jerry like to do this for a show. It's Broadway. He go there. He
Look-
loves. They can practice in Texas. Texas do not get that hot to where you can't practice. It's not that damn hot. It's not that hot to where you can't practice football. If that's the case, 300-pound high schoolers that are out there doing 2 days are crash out. College, they are crash out. The NFL players ain't only won 300 pounds. Stop it, bro. It's not about them being big and having a heat stroke because it'll be a pandemic all over Texas if that was the case. 100%.
You have to look at how many times. Okay, now you took that into consideration. Now take into consideration how many times they're stopping for water breaks. Take in how many times they're
We
taking
don't
time
know.
to cool off.
We don't know. We just talking about practice. We just
We
talking
do-
about
I
practice
do-
in Texas.
I practiced in Texas. I do know. You
just
take a
talk-
lot of water breaks.
You don't
Yeah,
practice.
they
You don't practice
actually
there
have.
now. You don't know what they do now. The Cowboys, man, they took damn heated seats to Washington. There's enough water out there for them, bro. This is about a show, and you know the point I'm making. You know exactly the point I'm making.
I generally get what you're saying, man. But like, no, I generally get what you're saying, but there's no reason that they should practice in LA. I'm sorry. Like you want to practice in
100%. That's for a show.
no, you want to practice in
It's
the
just a
Star.
vacation.
I still have a problem with them practicing in the Star, but you want to do that, God bless you. But in LA, it's not an
It
excuse.
rains, they go inside. This team is weak. Jerry
In LA,
and
it's no
football
excuse,
team.
man.
This team is weak. They weak.
In LA,
They
it's no
weak.
excuse, man. I'm
We
sorry.
barely win in inclement weather. We barely win.
By the way, Champs is backstage, man. Just to let you know.
Cham's been
Yeah,
spamming to get in.
Oh, in Washington, Jerry said, "Oh my God, take the heated benches."
Wait a minute, man, it get crazy hot in Texas.
Hey, they don't know what they're talking about.
Man,
Champs.
no, man, when it get when it get July, man, that humidity and stuff,
I'm out.
yeah,
I lived in
man,
Texas.
it get crazy hot. But
Dude, I
they
lived in
got-
Texas my whole life.
Football in Texas, Eshawn. You did
Yes, I
not
did.
practice
But-
football in practice.
I get
But they got to do it in moderation in Texas if you're gonna go outside.
I
Y'all,
am telling you,
acting
they
like
have
Texas, Arizona. Texas does not get no hotter than Bama at all.
they in Vegas it gets to 120 degrees from the second week in July to the end of to the beginning of September. And they literally have laws where you have to stop practice every 20 minutes for high school kids to get water breaks. They literally had to pass a law because they had kids passing out on the field.
Yeah.
You cannot get the same amount of reps in 100-degree heat. It's not possible. You're going to exhaust
It's not
each other.
possible.
It's practice is different than training camp. Training camp is a lot more intense.
right. No,
Now, if you want
I,
to say you want them in Texas and they can do it indoors and then a portion of it outside, I'm all for it. But to do a whole training camp outside in Texas heat, I don't think it's happening.
No, there's
I
no way.
agree with that,
Not
but-
a chance.
Try to take that point. My point was how much the Cowboys are sure they don't have to be in Oxnard for training camp. Y'all keep that weak shit over there, man. That's why this team weak as hell now. They don't know how to practice. They don't know how to play in inclement weather. They cowards. It get cold. Jerry get the benches. It rain. He go indoors. Y'all know the point I'm trying to make this team weak.
But
Anything that causes them to put their body under a little duress, Jerry shuts it down, and that's why they weak, and that's why they lose. That's why we went under the San Fran and Trayvon didn't want to tackle. They are weak, and Jerry keeps it weak. You know, when your
No, but
mama
wait
kept you in
a
the house
minute.
and didn't let you fight.
It's the NFL Player Association. They the one that signed that contract for them not to tackle in training camp and practice. They the one that made it. It's not just the Cowboys. It's all 32 teams. The NFL Player Association. They the one that did this.
CBA.
Real quick.
CBA. So they won't tackle. That's why you got so many injuries right now throughout the NFL. I mean, injury that you never that's so common. ACL, sprain. I mean, because they don't practice like they play.
Real quick. I don't disagree with you, Corner, and with you and something about the heat point in Texas. I played football in Texas, so I lived in Texas for 12, 13 years. That I agree with. I'm not disagreeing with that. My only point is with them practicing in Oxnard. And I get what you're saying, but I just don't think there's an excuse for a team in Dallas to travel to LA. That's my only point. As it pertains to them practicing in the heat, I feel you. I agree with you. Just not, but them coming out to LA, man. I just don't think that. I think that's for show, bro. That's all.
Does any other team leave their home city to go to another place?
They know exactly what I'm talking about. Uncensored and Corner know what I mean.
No, but the reason they went to LA is because at the time that started, LA didn't have a team, and Jerry saw an opportunity along with Bill Parcells to get Cowboy fans in LA. Halfway through it, the first one, Ford came to Jerry Jones and said that he wanted to move it back to Texas because they were going to sponsor and advertise with him. Bill Parcells fought it, and then it's been there ever since because they saw brand building in Oxnard after they stayed. The amount of fans that come out, and they built a base before the Rams and the Chargers went to LA.
Yeah, and that's a business decision. Exactly, that's my point.
It remains a business decision now.
About durability and endurance. Don't you know you got to build up your lungs to withstand a certain amount of heat, to withstand a certain amount of duress? Parts of hands is on his hips every few minutes because his lungs ain't built up because Jerry tampered these guys. These guys ain't did that. That stuff matters.
You're not gonna build that up in 110 degrees.
You're not building that up.
And y'all not gonna keep using 110 every time like that's what it is.
All right. 98 degrees, 95 degrees. You're not going to build it up in that temperature.
There's a reason.
It may be 99, but the heat index is like 112. That's
right.
Texas.
Yeah.
Right. 100%. And so on the discussion of teams traveling away from their stuff, several teams do it. Here's a Google AI breakdown. All right. Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Rams, Pittsburgh Steelers, Buffalo Bills, Dallas Cowboys. The New Orleans also travel split in time between their training camp facility and a location in where? California. All right. So even the Saints do it in their spot. So I mean, teams travel because you get more in. Smart teams take care of their players.
Context. They don't travel during training camp. None of them. Context. Read it the right way. They don't leave their state and go somewhere else for training camp. They don't. Kansas City training camp is where their facilities at. They don't travel for that. Stop.
They travel to St. Joseph, Missouri.
And y'all know what I mean. Y'all want to be right so bad, man.
Wait, how far away from that is Kansas City? Missouri that's very close.
It's close, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Well, Missouri is like on the border with Kansas City.
I was about to say, is it just across the border?
Yeah.
Dallas didn't go back to Austin, to be honest.
No, and I agree that. I mean, in terms of playing in the heat in Texas, I agree with that. I'm not trying to disagree on that.
Yeah.
I think them playing in LA. I mean, but even on Sunset, you're saying that they're practicing in LA. It's what your explanation was. It's a business decision.
Yeah, it big.
So,
all right, guys. I see y'all. I'll let y'all.
All right.
I'll just on here for a little bit.
See you, Chad.
It was a business decision. So I'm just talking about it in terms of them practicing in LA from a football standpoint. We know that that's one of the absolutely, Corner, to your point. Accountability is a big reason that they're soft, no doubt about it. But we do know them practicing in LA that does play a factor. Come on, like we got to be real about that, right?
Everything is breadcrumbs. There's a whole lot to the situation the Cowboys are in and the softness. I think that they draft players that are naturally soft to begin with.
That's true.
Because a lot of these players, man, players that got that dog in them don't let somebody walk up behind them in a playoff game and push them in the back and then just walk the fuck away.
Right.
You
No,
watch your quarterback. Andy Dalton played, I think it was Andy Dalton. He got
Yeah.
murdered. And the
And no one
offensive
did it.
line looked at him and walked away.
Yeah,
That-
no one knows.
That's a mentality soft. That ain't got that is you draft a player and they don't let that shit happen.
Yeah.
Those
No,
players are just mentally soft and weak. Those are Jason Garrett, like, the right guys.
Right kind of guys.
That won't stir up anything and won't get into trouble. And every now and again, you need somebody that's just mentally not all there to get into somebody's fucking face.
Yeah.
We don't have it.
No, I agree
Defense
with
are on
that.
defense. Our defense are on defense.
No, I agree with that. I think the only part I'm just saying is just pertaining to them practicing in Oxnard. But in terms of the Texas, I mean, I agree with that. I just think where the fact that they're traveling to LA in a place that is Hollywood that I work in, I work in Hollywood, so I know I just don't think a team in Dallas that already has a lot of distractions already should be doing that. But that's just me.
Well, hold on. What you just said, distractions.
Yeah.
Name me a headline where Cowboy players got into trouble in Oxnard.
That you have to tell me. I haven't followed it.
I don't know. So being away from Dallas, it's less distraction. You're away from your families. You can focus more on football, right? So I'm for Oxnard.
But corner. Okay, that withstanding, LA is Hollywood.
Lucky Whitehead got arrested in Oxnard for stealing.
Who did?
Lucky Whitehead.
Oh, Lucky Whitehead. But that withstanding, corner,
Lucky Whitehead though.
corner, and LA.
You said name an instance.
Wait, real quick, time out. Even with that withstanding, man, with or without Lucky Whitehead situation, I live in LA, man. There's a million things to do that people, especially a team in Dallas, with the way this team is run, they would flock to strip clubs and everything here because it's everything here. So, like, I'm just saying, like, when I'm talking about distractions, I mean just in general the way that LA is. It's Hollywood, man. So, like, and the team already has a problem with they're a soft team in general because of, to your point, accountability and to the way the culture is run, right? So like that's my entire point. From a business standpoint, of course, you're gonna get more fans to LA, of course. But in terms of practicing in Texas, I agree. With the heat aspect, I agree with that. I'm just talking about them coming to LA. That's my only point.
I don't know if the glitz and glamour of Hollywood is that big of a distraction because they fly down on a plane. These guys don't have their own cars and transportation. They're bussed around as a team. They stay in the hotel at the practice facility.
But they would.
Whitehead got arrested for stealing and got released.
Yes, but what I'm saying is,
wait, what's the last part?
You can do that anywhere. What I'm saying is the Hollywood part
because of that incident.
Yeah,
look it up on your AI. It's like AI. Look it up on your AI. Why he got released? Stealing in Oxnard.
Well, make me a rap music with AI on it then. I like rap AI.
You talking to the wrong guy. I didn't.
But what I'm saying is the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. They don't have access to all of that. As far as going to a store around the corner from the practice, that's a little bit different. But they don't have access to freedom like that while they're down there.
But
Joseph Randall stole underwear and cologne in Dallas.
Wait. Yeah. So this is a genuine question. You don't believe that these guys go to strip joints and shit like that here, where they're practicing?
Yeah. Maybe on an off day, but when they're
genuinely asking. I'm genuinely asking, not like me anything.
They have time to themselves.
Yo,
I'm echoing.
Echoing like.
No, I was. Yeah.
It's uncensored. See how things move while we're talking.
Yo, bro.
All right, he muted up. But anyway, they have curfews and stuff. But on their off day, they can do what they want. But they're one player. How many years have been to Oxnard? Years. One player, Lucky Whitehead, out of 90 times, however long we've been, that's a lot of damn players.
This is the Bill Parcells year, so early 2000s.
Listen, man. Y'all feel how y'all feel about it. I think it makes them weak. Y'all don't. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. No, I
think I would just rather have it here.
100%.
Yeah, and that's where I am. I don't think that's the only factor that makes them weak. but I do think that is a factor. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that's the only thing.
But
That's my
you want them here, so when the heat
they got-
index is 112.
That's what, Frisco has an indoor. That's my problem, man. And they again, we just faced.
But you just said that when it rains, you don't like them going inside.
No,
now you're saying they have an indoor.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I did not. I named all the reasons I feel like Jerry got this team soft. I said when it rains, they go inside.
So you don't. So do you or do you not want them to have an indoor facility in Dallas?
See, you doing that thing. He put that because y'all said teams like Arizona, Uncensored said, got an indoor facility. That's why he said Frisco also has one. Meaning, why would you still go up there if you got this really nice man? Listen, it don't even matter. None of them equal to winning. It don't matter. They can keep going there. It don't matter, man. It is what it is. Only point I was making, man, that the red carpet is always rolled out for this team, and everything is about glitz and glamour over winning. There's no reason the Cowboys should get on the plane and go to Oxnard. No reason. No reason at all.
I don't think it's necessary because they got an indoor facility, but
yeah, that's my entire point. Is it's not necessary to come out to LA, man.
They got like the nicest facilities in the NFL, bro, and it ain't even close.
If the argument is that they need to stay home and practice in Dallas, that's one thing. If you're trying to
that's all I'm saying.
throw them out in the heat, then that's a whole nother argument.
First of all, it's not 110 every day. They're not out there 3 hours straight busting their butt in that heat to the point where they threaten the heat stroke. If that was the case, high schools and colleges down there will be faced with the same thing. How many high schools and colleges leave and go to a
Yeah, but how are they practices ran? How are they
You
practicing?
don't know. We don't know. All we know is they practice. So however they practice, you saying that right there is the main reason they could stay in Texas and do it, because they can literally adjust their practice to their heat. They can go out there at 6 in the morning, or they can go at 7 in the afternoon.
I just asked the question, brother. I'm saying, how are they? Their practices aren't. They're not staying out doing 2 hours out in the heat. That's not.
They don't have to do it either.
Okay, here we go. Here you go, right here. The UIL. It's who runs the Texas programs for high school. All right, it's called UIL.
Yeah,
they establish guidelines regarding water breaks for high school students, athletes, prioritizing their safety, well-being, especially during periods of high heat. These guidelines aim to prevent heat prevention-related illnesses and promote hydration during practice and competition. Yes, so there is mandates for how they practice, 100%.
Right.
So, I remember when I was in high school, like there was like I don't remember what it was, but it was like a certain temperature, like you had to go indoors. I forgot though.
When I'm just playing,
you're missing the whole point. Don't try to flip your script now, Fifth, because I just said the reason why they're in Oxnard is because it's less water breaks and less heat exhaustion, so they can get more in a practice. So now you're for all these water breaks and less practice.
I didn't even say nothing. See,
you were like,
this is the point where you got to talk with me to be right. I don't care about that. If there's a mandate to how you should practice, you mean to tell me versus adjusting your practice to the heat or get on a plane? Which one makes more sense? Why would you go out your way to get on a plane when you can just adjust how you practice at your stadium? Why would you go out your way to do that when you say, you know what, it's going to be hot at 1. Let's practice at 8. It's going to be hot at 5. Let's practice at 7. So we talk about
this is why. You ready? This is why. How many practice fields are inside the Star in Frisco?
Corner, man. Listen, you right. You got it.
One, right?
90 men on one field in the Star in Frisco.
You win it.
How many fields are at AT&T Stadium?
You win it.
90 men on one field. How many fields does Oxnard have? 2. 90 men fit better on 2 fields than 1 field. That's just math.
You win it. You got it.
Isn't there an outdoor field though too in the Ford Center?
But yeah, there is. But
there
if
is.
you gotta regulate your practices for heat, what's the point of being on it? If you're gonna have less practice time on your field outside, why even bother being on it?
It don't matter. Oxnard, 12-5. That's what I'm doing. I'm not arguing with y'all. I'm letting y'all win it all. You, Uncensored, y'all, both of y'all get on the plane, going out there, watching practice, wear y'all Dak shirts, whatever, who y'all favorite players is.
Yo, man. Hey.
Y'all go out there. Y'all
I'll show you what I wear when I go
going
out
over-
there.
You going overboard, man.
That ridiculous.
You going overboard, man.
Hey guys, so John said that the Cowboys could have another CB. They're gonna have to because they ain't got nobody.
Revel got. Then he had like a setback. I don't know. I was out of the country, so I don't remember.
Hey, I'm sure Corner got a reason why Jerry do the helicopter too. Corner, what's your reason for that? When other owners walk on the field, why Jerry do the helicopter? It's too hot for him to walk. Is the Texas heat too hot for Jerry to walk on their stadium?
Well, he's an 80-year-old man. It might be too hot for him.
I told you how to answer for it.
That's common sense.
Yeah. So,
They
God.
don't want him to get skin cancer.
That's a troll
Man.
comment right there.
That's it. Okay, yeah, exactly.
listen, hey man, it don't matter. Cowboys top of the class, man. That's why they worth $10 billion. Go to Oxnard, fell in season. Don't matter.
Aren't the Cowboys the richest team in not just football but all sports, right?
Yes, sir.
Even soccer, bro. Crazy.
Top 2, 3, something like that. I don't know.
It's crazy, bro. How much money these guys make?
Yeah, it's like top 2, 3, something. I don't know.
He said soft because they draft speed over everything.
Finesse.
Toughness is a mentality that you get from players that play a certain style of football. You cannot.
Whether you have it or you don't.
cannot coach.
Right.
You cannot coach a player to changing that up. You can put Micah Parsons out in the heat, out in the rain, out in the snow, and he's gonna be the same type of player. Period.
So we just gonna forget the reason that athletes train in the heat because of the endurance that it builds up and all the other. Y'all gotta stop, man.
Yes, but that don't make him a tougher player.
It's not about being tough. It's about being able to withstand the fatigue makes y'all know the quote is.
I thought we were talking about the mentality of this team.
I never said that. I said
I'm the one who brought it up. I'm the one who brought up mentality.
That's why I'm like the mentality
Yeah,
of this team
I'm
is not going to change.
I literally said Parsons be heathen because his lungs aren't built for a certain type of thing because they don't have to worry about that.
Well, hell, Parsons heat in the snow, the rain, the heat, the indoor, outdoor, every damn thing. That dude can't play one series without damn near falling over.
Hey, when you practice in the air conditioning, bro, that's all your lungs gonna know.
Well, hell, he's doing it. He's in air conditioning. Like, I don't know what the fuck is up with his conditioning where he can't go a series without bending over.
Hey, they all had their hands on their hip.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jerry,
You have to look at the strength and conditioning coach too. Like, what the hell's going on there?
D-.
Jerry not. Man, listen, man, Jerry, that man don't want no ring. That man, he got it. You ever see his shot?
No, he does not want a ring. If he wanted a ring, this is very small, but yeah, like Corner said, the strength and conditioning coaches got like a D-. They said there wasn't enough of them or whatever. He would have hired more. That's just little things like that, bro. It just shows that he does not care. And that's just the little things.
Now watch him.
He wants to win his way. That's just the fact. This is what it is.
Jerry wants to make money if he win a ring along the way. So be it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The money
You know what? He will want to win a ring if he saw the value of his team going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as the value is going up, he don't see anything wrong with it.
Nate Dogg, it's a show. The
Oh,
doctor,
I didn't even see that.
it's a show.
Yeah, no, without question, it's a show.
Freaking show.
Without question, it's a show.
I'm telling you,
The man can't wear a cowboy hat.
Now it's just everything with this team is a show.
Oh, you got his camera on. I saw you, cool cowboy. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you, boy. You got that Richard Valentine hairstyle. I saw you.
He has that Mark Zuckerberg hairstyle, that man.
Yeah,
Because Mark Zuckerberg has the curly hair, man.
Are you Arabian?
Remember the one time you asked him, "What are you?"
I did.
You asked him.
I tried to add him real quick. He had his camera on, man.
No, man. You straight up asked him. He was like, "What you?" You was like, "What is you?"
See, Nate Dogg gone too. It's the same person. Same
It's
person.
not the same person, man. I can hear the difference in the voice.
Same person. I think the Cowboys.
No, it's not. I'm telling you. I don't know why.
Why did Cool Cowboy leave? Did he get mad that you seen him?
Nah, he just doesn't want to show the Mark Zuckerberg hairstyle.
Yo, he was sitting there with his camera on the whole time, and I was trying to click him in real quick.
Wait, was he really?
Yeah, he had his camera on. He got the good hair. Man,
Golly.
I tried to add him in. Why he left?
See, he now because the Mark Zuckerberg hairstyle, man, he's getting all like worked up about it.
Imagine about Travis Hamlin situation. Ugh.
Imagine the training samples. Oh man, yeah, golly.
He said Dak so bad, the money, have Dak. Huh? I think you typed too fast, that buddy.
he's Mark Zuckerberg 2.0 is in the back.
I was about to say Fifth having a stroke. I wasn't paying attention to the screen.
No, he having
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of the worst texters on earth. You'd think of first graders texting. When I get all heated and fast, I'll type 2 words back to back, but like that damn Dak.
See, I text way more than I call people, man.
So I'm a caller. Fifth knows.
I mean,
I'll
y'all
call
got
you something specific.
Bumble. That's just the hairstyle. Cool Cowboy got. Rich boyfriend that movie La Bamba. On me.
Tiny man, Mark Zuckerberg.
Man, they not gonna add. I mean, listen, that defensive front, sorry.
How many people got watching, Fifth?
39 right now. The 2 best players on that defensive front is Osa and Parsons. And geez.
Look, I knew he was gonna make a
Say that again.
I was waiting.
That's not saying
I was
much.
waiting.
Why is he better than Osa? That ain't saying much.
No. Say that again. What you just said.
I'm saying like that's crazy. I'm not saying much. They are the
What
two
did you
best.
say?
They are the 2 best. I never said he was trash. Never did, not once.
I knew he was gonna make that face. Oh my god.
Christ.
Golly. By the way, he's backstage, man.
You coming around, Fifth? You've been listening to Shotty talk in the conferences. Now you're saying Osa and Micah are the best. Hey, coming around.
What has been my quote? That's why the less ugliest girl in a room full of ugly girls. I've always said
That's not even fair to say.
they are the 2 best on their front. Turn that camera back on, Cool Cowboy.
No, I'm good, bro.
He said he
You
saw
got a
you.
booger in your nose or something? Why don't you like turn on your
So
camera?
he was backstage with his camera on. He don't know I
Yes,
can
man.
see him.
He was. That's what he was telling me.
Yeah, a booger he can't get or something.
Cool
Why
Cowboy.
don't you want to show the face, man? Come on, man.
Cool Cowboy.
Hey, Uncensored never shows his face.
That's a good
Yeah, I know what
point.
uncensored
That's
looks
a
like.
good point.
But we
I
know
got
what
my
he looks
camera on
like.
right now. Look at me right now. Look.
Cool Cowboy. Just to let you know, even when you backstage with camera on, I can still see you.
Yeah. He can still see it.
So I saw your face.
He took a
Like,
screenshot.
Nate Dogg said he follows you on IG and he's seen your face too. So
He's not following me on IG.
How you gonna follow? How you
I
gonna
have his
follow?
number, but he doesn't follow me on IG.
He
I
can't
don't know.
follow.
That's what he said. I'm just going based on.
Man,
what
why you so hostile? He'll follow me on IG.
He was a little aggressive.
It's probably
Hey, man, it's the truth, bro.
He can't follow himself.
Bro, Bobby Axelrod, bro. Who the hell is that?
Tell him, Cool Cowboy.
Let me Google that.
I don't even know who he is. Dude.
Let me Google. I have no idea who that is.
I think Gilly might end up with the Cowboys. No, please.
No, absolutely not. I do not
I
look
was
like
on
that
board.
guy. My hair is way different. You just got a little glimpse of it. Nah.
He
That is not
he
me.
messed up his hair real quick.
No, it's not him. Yeah.
That is not me, bro. That is not me. Let's be real. Let's be real now.
Tell him, Nate Dogg. Not Nate Dogg. Cool Cowboy.
Man.
That was an accident at the time.
Man.
That was really an accident. So I got to, how many games played? 16, 17 games?
17.
17.
So, I mean,
Is that Sports Junkie? Like, what was that photo, bro? He looked high as hell, bro.
Yeah, it's junky.
it's just, yo, stop playing.
Yeah, man. The moment he showed the Mark Zuckerberg hair, he had to like come back.
Man, I don't care about that defense, man. We just got to score points, man.
I don't care if they score 1,000 points. They still got to stop or something. We give them 1,000 points, something like that. He said, I don't remember.
We signed in Cowboys corner for 1 year. But not practicing in Texas, boy. He gonna be.
I'm used to
Cowboys
it.
corner. You
that
said you can get
durability.
like,
He said he could get 40 yards, man.
yeah, you said you could like 40 yards in the NFL. Do you actually think
Yeah.
that?
Of course he thinks that.
Let me tell y'all.
I don't know who, man. I don't know who y'all think I ain't no slow bum now. I'm probably faster than all y'all.
You are mid 30s. See, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing
Dude,
nothing.
I'm on a softball team, and I'm killing it out there.
Oh my God.
You should have seen. You should have seen the catch I made last night. Oh my God!
Was it over
Why
80-year-old grandpa's head, bro?
Wide receiver
Warm up.
type of catch.
Bro, who you
Warm-ups.
playing against? How old are the people that you're playing against? That's the
It's
question.
adult co-ed. It's adult co-ed. You ever been on a softball team before? You ever seen co-ed softball? You're not.
No, I don't play softball. I don't play softball. I ain't gonna lie.
Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that good shit. It makes you sweat. I'll tell you that. I was 20 feet away from a home run the other day. Pissed me off.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Dak is at the offensive skill thing with somebody called O2X.
Oh, what?
Some trainer named O2X. So Dak is doing that right now. It's him, Pickens. I don't know what it is. They said CD the only one ain't there. It's some type of little training thing with some dude named O2X, whoever that is. No, there goes CD.
Was it the Dak backyard thing or whatever?
I doubt it. I don't even think he got a backyard no more. I don't even think they through building that new crazy house he got.
No, he has a football field in his backyard, I thought, right? No.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nah.
He do. But
Yeah,
no,
he does because they made it
He-
a point.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
what's
year he
called-
posts like a photo of him training with all the receivers and tight ends and the football
back.
field. It's bullshit, but you know.
Oh, that ain't CD. That's the other boy.
Go down.
That is CD. I don't know. Too many dreadlocks. I don't know. That's racist, Isham. You laugh.
Man, because you always get on the guys with the dreadlocks, man.
No, I always say
Ye-
the gadget guys had to.
No, I know what you say. I
4-2. We're 4-2. We got our ass. We played 2 games yesterday, Brando. We got our first game.
Corner, man.
Oh, corner. Brando has the softball record. Okay.
No, it was. Pay attention to the chat. Brando asked.
No, yeah. Well, I'm looking at
The best moderator in the game asked.
So you're number 1 in the league or not?
No. There's some badass motherfuckers out there, dude. My age.
Dude,
Whew.
look,
See, I'm not a good diver, but these guys are diving for the ball. I got work in the morning, guys. I can't do that.
this man. You can look at corner to his equilibrium is all off. I bet he throws
Yeah.
the salt ridiculous way.
Man, I'm gonna have Lib record some shit, and you're gonna owe me an apology.
Please don't.
And on July 5th, because I won't be on here July 4th if you go live, popping fireworks.
Nah, I won't be on here. No. My house ducking, bro.
Bro, I saw real fireworks, bro.
What are the fake ones?
No, like
Right,
And why is Atlanta?
Black Cats,
Atlanta is flooded right now. Like this world is crazy.
Atlanta's
like
flooded.
underwater, like New Orleans.
I-75. That's messed up to say.
Well, what are you comparing flooding to?
I-75 flooded. 285 flooded. Like
Oh Lord.
up to people windows in their cars.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
That's what happens when you don't have a good drainage system.
Corner, dude. Please.
Corner man, come on, man.
You have a good drainage system, it drains.
Don't be insensitive, bro. People out there.
Oh yeah. People are getting evacuated from the city. That's what I'm reading. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that. I'll tell y'all this. Y'all can look this up. 2008, the summer of 2008, Wichita Falls, Texas. Google it. It was a big flood. I mean, it rained on us for a week. All right, it don't rain in North Texas. It rained on us in a week. Nobody and they mama got flood insurance. So everybody's house that got flooded had to pay out of their own damn pocket. So
Yeah.
I know about being sensitive to things.
It was the same thing with the fires in LA. No one had fire insurance, and it fucked up for a lot of people.
Well, a lot of them did, but the insurance dropped them a week before it happened.
There were a lot of people who did not have it. No, I know, because I had a lot of buddies of mine didn't have it. And
Milton took a
Yeah.
jab. Dak Milton gonna be on that bench, bro. He ain't gonna see
He's
that
not gonna
still let
take-
Prescott get hurt, dog. Believe that.
he's not going to take Dak's job, and I don't think so. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, how
We were saying
many
the same-
games do you think he's gonna play this year?
Milton probably like 5. I'm thinking.
You think
Dak?
Dak's gonna get hurt for 5?
Man, I
Oh no,
think,
I was saying Milton. Dak, I think will get minimum. He'll miss 2 games.
man, I think Dak playing full season, bro.
I do too.
On Dak's injury probability, it's only 15%.
I think he's playing a full season for
Yeah,
real.
I think he played the
I
full
think
season.
I think he's honestly gonna miss like one game. He always misses one game for some reason.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I don't think he'll miss. I'm not saying it'll be a season-ending injury, knock wood, but like I think 1 or 2 games he will miss because that's for the past 5 years he's been hurt in some capacity at least. So,
JB,
no,
I'm looking at I-75, JB. It's ugly. 285 messed up too. It's ugly.
wow,
I wait till Super Bowl. Yeah, I think Dak. Is that an Eagles fan?
that's an Eagles fan, man.
Yeah, it's an Eagles fan.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Yeah.
I'll be surprised.
He's trolling the fact that
I think. Hey, listen. To be honest with you, I think he probably took care of his body more this time.
but he's always taking
Oh,
care of
Lord
his body.
Jesus.
No way.
But I don't think that'll. I mean, he's about to be 32 in a month.
After
I
Dak.
think he'll still miss some time, man. I don't
His body's been through a lot, man.
exactly. I mean, he will.
Not as much as Romo's, though. Not as much as Romo.
No, it's not.
No, Romo
tearing the hamstring off the bone was bad. I
Yeah.
think, and having his ankle face the other way was nasty work.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
that back, Romo's
Ooh.
back is what was the biggest problem.
Yeah,
You get the
And his
back.
collarbones and his pinkies.
Yeah. Well, the back will always. It's the worst injury you can have for sure because that'll fuck everything up. But no, Dak will miss it. I think he'll miss 2 games, man. I'm not saying a season-ending injury, but
If we have the running game, I think we're gonna have. I don't think he misses a game this year.
I don't either. I don't think he misses a game.
I mean, I hope not. But
Let's hope he doesn't miss a game.
I don't
when
think-
was the last time he was fully healthy, though? Like
2023, right? Or did he miss a game?
I think
Yeah,
he played every game in 2023.
He missed.
Yeah.
I thought he
The
did
12
maybe-
and 5, the last.
He
12
probably
and
said-
five.
set out
played
week
that game.
18.
No, right. Maybe, but okay, 2023. But even with that, that's four of the past 5 seasons, man. That's 1 season. That's,
No, he
Well,
did not sit
But
out that
he
final
did-
game.
he
I
did have
remember.
a calf injury though, I believe, right?
yeah. So that's what I mean. I'm like,
But
so-
he didn't miss a game. He played through it.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, the calf injury was the year before because he missed the Vikings game. That 2023 season, he didn't miss a game.
A Halloween Vikings game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he didn't miss a game in 2023, but go ahead.
He be hurting himself throwing the ball, man.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
No,
That's
that's what.
nasty work. He's been doing the ball since kindergarten. He over here getting hurt.
But that
Oh.
goes the corner. That goes the corner's point. When you got footwork, you can hurt yourself throwing the ball.
Mhm. Yeah.
And what blows my mind, dude, is he was going to training camps and stuff off to the side in Florida and stuff with
Yeah.
quarterback stuff, and then he just always fell back into his old habits. Like,
Yeah.
We talked about
I
that the
don't-
other night, man.
Yeah, he was after
I don't know
Florida.
what that is. That's so crazy to me.
You
Yeah,
are
we-
who you are. You
Habits.
are who you are, man.
It
When
was after
everything's
football.
when everything's perfect, you can tell yourself, plant your feet, use your hips. But when you got somebody coming bearing down on you, you revert back to who you are.
It used to be so funny to hear he was with Kitna. He
Yeah.
had changed the thing, then halfway through, he went back to his old self.
Yeah. Yeah. Halfway through that season, he just completely reverted
Yeah,
back.
he-
Well, let me ask you this about old Dacky Wacky Packy. All right, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
here we go cadence. Do y'all like that cadence
Fuck
No.
it.
from a football aspect of it, or
Bro,
what
I
cadence
hate
would you want to see? Like a white 80, like something like that. What do y'all want to see on
Bro,
cadence?
get rid of the. Here we go, bro. It is so annoying.
See,
And I don't
like,
think it actually works.
I would like the white
It
80.
don't.
No, I think white 80 is fine, but the here we go thing just became like a meme at a point, man. It was the same thing with the Dak dance thing. Because the media started talking about it, all of a sudden, he became this thing,
Right,
and
right.
I just couldn't stand it, man. I was like, because it became like a troll at a point, man, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's not effective. The dragging of it, you can't get. Aaron Rodgers, the king of getting people to jump outside. You can't get nobody to jump outside with that type of cadence because it's a slow, dragged out cadence.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
drug out. But
So
he
it's-
said that he said that's not why he started that cadence. The cadence was to let the offense know, yo, pay attention, the ball's about to be snapped.
Yeah. That's right.
He didn't develop that cadence to throw off the defense. It was that he felt like there was too much communication going on the offense close to the snap, and he wanted the offense to settle down and get ready for the snap.
That's what I heard as well.
Jake, this is the cadence I want, and I've been watching a lot of John Gruden, and he's a big fan of cadences. I don't know if you guys ever watched him or not.
I've seen him a couple times, yeah.
But he's a big cadence guy, and that's one of the first things when he talks to a quarterback. He's like, "What's your cadence?"
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, wide 80. If that's going to be Dak's cadence, he has to use it to perfection because you can mimic that. Like, and then you have your sets, like your dummy calls, right? Your sets, and then your goes. So whenever you go in a huddle and call a play, you'll be like, ready on set. So you can say, ready, go, right? And then you go, wide 80, wide 80. Why is that? And then bam, the ball's hyped, right? Like there's so much cadence that Dak can use to his advantage, and I'm not understanding why he don't do it.
Does he? Do you think it's that he doesn't have the know-how to be able to execute it, or like what do you think? I don't know, because I mean he did the Y80 for his like first couple of years in the league, and then
What was it?
That was Romo's deal.
Well, no, right, but I'm just saying like he was calling that cadence for a while, even if that was Romo's thing. So
Yeah, just like Cooper Rush was calling Dak's cadence when he comes in. When you come in and that's their offense, you use their cadence.
Right, you have to use the same cadence for the offensive line.
Steinheimer said that they haven't, with all three his quarterback used that cadence, and he said you asked him that 10 years ago, he'd have said yeah, but he said nah, like I don't care. They can do their own thing. I don't like it. It doesn't create nothing. It doesn't. If I'm on the defense, I'm hearing, here we go. I'm just chilling like, all right.
Yeah, exactly. It's not
do all that crazy stuff, but you got that.
But see, that's the problem, though.
Now I'm alert because I don't know, but here we go. It just,
because
because they all right. So check that out. All right. Yeah, here we go. That's telling your offensive line that. So I mean, yeah, here we go. That's probably 2 seconds, right? Versus ready, set, bam. So now ready, set, bam. Now you got your wide 80. Why is that?
And not only does here we go get the offense set, it lets the defense know too.
Keeps the defense on the toes.
But
It doesn't fool anybody, bro.
Yeah.
When you use wide 80 and stuff like that, you can play with the inflection in your voice. And
right.
That here it's drug out so fucking long you can't play with it.
Exactly.
Right. You could like Phillip Rivers was no, I'm sorry, it was Andrew Luck. He like that was his dummy, right?
Yeah.
And so I need Dak to do something like that. Like a cadence can help your team just to get an extra 5 yards every now and then.
Those cheap yards.
Aaron Rodgers was goated at it, bro. The amount of times he pulled defenses.
Even if they're not paying attention, soon they hear here we go. They know you about because it's nothing.
Exactly.
It never changed. There's no fake. Here we go. It's always that.
It's always that, exactly.
But are they getting rid of it though, or are they keeping it?
I think they're gonna change it.
They're probably
You
gonna
know
change
what?
Good.
You guys might be the first people I ever even heard bring it up. That's stuff that's not even discussed about Dak's cadence.
I didn't know. I always pay attention to quarterbacks' footwork and stuff, but like watching Gruden, like, oh man, the cadence is important. And then he'll bring different quarterbacks on. Like Jackson's dark cadence. This was his. And John Gruden's like, that's it. He's like, what was your dummy call? What? Like John Gruden's was like blown away that was his cadence. But I don't know. I got this fascination for cadences now.
I don't know. That's a good question, to be honest. It's a good question, man. It's just the here we go thing. It's just fucking. It's not going to fool anybody.
They're waiting. They said.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't paying attention, when they hear your voice ring that out, they're like, "Oh snap!" But it ain't. It just don't. I think you need to change it.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Also, like, do you think it's because he doesn't have the know-how to be able to do it? Because he called the Y80 for a long, even if it was a Romo's thing, he called it for a while.
One thing I want to get into is when Zach Martin was standing up like this and put his hand out and he get the ball set, right? I want to know, like, how can you change that? When the crowd's quiet, do you wait seconds? Like, does somebody know? Because on the silent count, like, I want to dig down that rabbit hole.
There's supposed to be a delay.
Count.
There's supposed to be a delay from when that guard throws his hands out in front of the center to initiate the snap. There's supposed to be a delay that center's supposed to do. He's supposed to vary it up.
Yeah.
On the silent count.
Because if he
Otherwise,
nods his
anytime you throw
head,
the
that's a
arm
false
out,
start, ain't it?
it depends on if it's a
Yep.
jerky motion. If it's a jerky motion, it's a false start. But if he just lowers his head down, the look between his legs and back up, it's fine.
Hmm.
But he can't make a quick, sudden move. They started flagging that.
Yeah. They
Bro,
flag,
NFL be too strict, bro.
they flag false starts for a lot of fucking shit, though, man. It's crazy. Some of this
Oh,
stuff.
but see,
The worst one
that's
was the
what.
fucking Kelsey in Philadelphia, man.
Yeah, man.
He used to cheat. He used to put his feet over the ball, and
Yeah.
then when he bent over, he would move the ball a half yard up. And they
You're
never
right.
called that shit.
Yeah.
It'd give him a better snap.
Well, it was for the fucking tush push. Because if I stand over the ball and then when I lean over, I move the ball up a half a yard, I'm already half a yard to the first down. So all I
Yeah,
gotta
but
do-
you still
all
got to
we
give
gotta
it to
do
the
is lean.
quarterback, though.
Yeah, but you still cheated yourself. You still gained a half yard on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Yeah, it
quarter,
doesn't matter though, because even with the new center they have, they still are like 90% on effective rate
No,
on that
just
play.
because they can still do it don't mean that you shouldn't be flagged for cheating. They actually caught him on his last season. They started flagging his ass for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you are helping your, even though you still got to give it to the quarterback, he's right under you. We're going forward in push
Yeah.
push. So I ain't really taking the ball back. You leaning into it.
Yeah.
Kelsey did that though, and it took him a while to catch on.
You know, I'll tell you this: the officiating crew never caught on. There was a smart coach, probably a
coach caught
Shanahan.
it.
A coach caught it and told the ref, "Hey, he's going to move that ball."
Yep, they caught him. They caught him doing it twice in the game. They warned him the first time, then they flagged
I
him.
bet, I guarantee you, it was probably
and
the
then they
Shanahan.
flagged him again later on in the game. He got flagged twice in one game for it.
Yeah, it was probably Shanahan. Yeah.
So we
Or McVay.
Oh,
Well, those are the two smartest coaches out there. I don't think
Oh, for sure.
McDaniels is as smart as people say.
No, McDaniels is no, he ain't.
Josh
Bro, he's gonna
McDaniels.
get fired this year. Watch, he's gonna get fired.
Yeah, he ain't. Nah, he tried to wear his little jogger pants with the pan leg. Josh McDaniels hitting on them. He ain't hitting on nothing. He gonna lose his job.
No, yeah, he's gonna get fired, bro. His
you better
team is
lose
the
your
definition
job.
of finesse and speed.
But
It's got
Shanahan-
Tyreek Hill and a bunch of other fast players, and injured to
Does Tyreek Hill still run out?
Yeah, of course he does. That guy flip flops like all the time.
Wait, isn't he wanted or something? Or is that Antonio Brown?
That's racist.
That's I think Antonio Brown, man.
It's Antonio Brown?
I think so.
Because I know Tyreek Hill's always doing some stuff with his wife and stuff, ain't he?
Well, why would you assume that? Because they both dark.
Golly.
Because I'm getting the two confused. That's why.
Well, why?
Jesus.
How?
I thought you went 3%.
Because they're both always in trouble. That's why.
But what's that got to do with though?
Golly.
What?
I thought you was
What did he
3%.
say?
What they got to do
What
with
did he
their
say?
though?
I thought you was 3%, man.
What did he say about Tyreek Hill?
Why would you?
I said, aren't one of them wanted? I said, is it
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill
Antonio
or is
Brown
that
is wanted.
Antonio
Antonio
Brown?
Brown is wanted.
Golly.
That's what I'm
He's got a
saying.
country.
Fifth is
He
making
look-
a mountain out of a molehill.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying what you said. Why would you confuse them two? I don't understand that.
I think Tyreek Hill did get in trouble this offseason.
Yeah.
No, but Antonio Brown is like wanted for like murder or something. Like he left
Oh,
the
we
country.
fail, y'all. Pick us up.
Golly.
my phone fan.
Crazy.
Like I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my
he's
God.
trying to go to like fucking Cuba or something, bro. AB is cooked, bro. And like also he has only
Yeah.
like $50,000 left,
Yeah,
bro. He made
Tyreek-
$100 million and now he only has 50,000.
I don't know.
Tyreek Hill got accused of domestic abuse with his wife this offseason.
That's what it was. That's why I got the two confused. Mr. Mountain out of a molehill.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill got in trouble. His wife filing for divorce because of it.
This guy.
Bro, he has like 10 side chicks, bro, and like he's cooked.
Montel Williams and Maury Povich. Are y'all done?
I like a Rado.
That was the best time you ever used it. That was the best time you ever used it.
Man, this guy.
That was
That was good. That was good.
that was the best time you've ever used it. I'm gonna give you that one. That was good.
Oh my God.
All the athletes have 10 side pieces. That's not true.
No.
Oh.
No. That's not true.
Some of those dudes are real family men. Some of them are.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all of them got massage parlors.
No.
It's just the dipshits, man.
Antonio Brown, they're gonna make a documentary about that fool, man.
I'm sure they are.
Dude, he's trying to leave the country. Like I said, like he's wanted for murder.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was watching that game, that Tampa Bay game, he started
Attempted
taking
murder.
off.
Or attempted murder. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
can't
still,
believe
he's fucked, bro.
it might as well be murder. They
No, yeah,
attempted
I mean,
same amount of time if he ain't got the right lawyer.
when I saw
No, it
him,
doesn't matter. He doesn't have money, bro. He lost all of his money.
when I saw him walk off the field versus the Jets, I was like, that guy is done.
Not just walk off, started taking his clothes off like Joanna, man.
Yeah, I knew he
He
was.
started doing jumping jacks and shit, bro.
And the moment that Brady lost, when we beat the Bucks, AB posted, he's like, "See, I told you can't win without me," or something.
He
said.
said,
Yeah.
so he can get his bonus. He said he wanted to get back in the game to get his bonus, and they did it for Grump. He said he was like, nah. And they lied about him staying at Brady House. They said that wasn't true.
Apparently, he also sold like 6 figures in jewelry too.
What you call just so his ring, Josh Gordon.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he sold his ring for $168,000.
Hmm.
Ain't that
That's
his
so
name,
sad.
Josh Gordon?
It's sad, man. Yeah.
You see Adrian Peterson get into fights on a Texas Hold'em?
What
Home.
a,
No, yeah.
what a idiot, man.
That's
The
stupid.
fall off was fast, man.
The
Yeah,
fault. It's been though. That fool been losing money. He been doing crazy stuff.
Oh, Adrian Peterson. I'm pretty sure he had to sell his what was it? Like I forgot what it was. Like, did he win the Heisman? I think like he had to sell like his Heisman trophy or something, bro.
What's wrong with these dudes, man? Like what's wrong? Like these some freaked out.
The hell,
dudes.
I got kicked out like a damn motherfucker.
They think the money is always going to be coming. They get used to a certain lifestyle and they don't know how to
It's
slow
the
it down
people.
towards the end of their
It's their
career.
circle.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not the person. It's their circle.
Yeah.
It's the person too, though. But it's the circle not holding them accountable.
Exactly.
Like Drewski and not ISO Speed, but the other guy, Kevin Hart was like,
Casanat.
who?
Casanat.
You talking about Cy Kent or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Kai Cenat. Yeah.
Yeah, Kai. Yeah. So Kevin Hart was like, bro, you got too many people in here. Like you're wasting your money. And he goes, no, I'm not. You think so? This was on a live stream. Kevin Hart. Dude. He said, see? I think Kevin Hart was being very serious. It's all about the circle.
Yeah, no, he was.
He did it in a joking way, but he was serious.
No,
Yeah.
when you get to a certain amount of money, you
Problem
have to
is-
be careful with who you look. I know this very well. You have to be very careful with who you have in your circle.
T-Pain got broke because he trusted his accountants, and his accountants robbed him blind.
Yeah, I
The
literally.
problem is all these people. They're a lot of these people. They're not with you because they give a shit about you, bro. They're just with you because they see you have fat checks they can collect from you, bro. And it's just that simple, bro.
No, 100%. You have to be. I can attest to this. You have to be extremely. When it comes to making a lot of money, you got to be super careful with who you are involved with. I have
You
like.
have
yeah.
to put it in CDs. You have to let this money work for you. And that's some of these players, they don't let the money work for them.
And there's also you got to be
That's
prepared.
because
Man.
a lot of them spend it before they get it.
You got to be prepared, man. If the fucking apocalypse comes, you got to be ready to like.
He was on the 2018 Patriots team. He just wants to play. He still got the ring though, man.
Oh, did Josh Gordon? He
was on the 2018 team that won the Super Bowl, brother. Yes, he did.
Yeah, but a lot of it's you gotta be careful with who you like. I have like 4 people in my circle, man, who I trust with my money. That's it. Nobody else.
Yeah, he had to sell his ring for $168,000, man, to get some money, man. I hate them
Josh
guys.
Gordon.
Yeah,
Well,
Damn, bro.
He had Josh Gordon had like a lot of issues, man.
he sold.
Yeah.
he had a
Didn't
lot
he
of-
have like drug issues or whatever?
Yeah, him and Johnny Manziel had a lot of drug issues.
He auctioned it off $168K.
Yeah,
I did the same thing. I mean, you know what? I ain't playing that game anyway. You can have it.
But that's just crazy that it gets to that point.
it shouldn't get to that point. That's what I mean. Exactly, it should not get to
That's
that
what
point.
a guy like AP, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, AP
Dude's a
fell off
legend.
so bad, bro.
Yeah, it shouldn't even
Legend.
get to that point.
But still,
Imagine
the worst
being
fall
the
off of all
guy
time is
out to fight him. I'm like, what does that guy think? Like, this is Adrian Peterson. I'm about to
Right,
fight AP.
Right. Yeah. Right. He
This
probably.
is
didn't AP beat his kid too.
Yeah, AP went after him.
He
didn't have no choice
disciplined.
but to fight.
He disciplined his kid with the belt. He didn't beat his kid. Let's not get sissified with that.
I don't even know what happened with that. I just heard.
No, I don't know what happened. I just heard that
Oh,
he got
that was,
suspended for that.
he got,
That was overblown. That's
was-
an old fashioned Texas ass whooping. That's what
yeah,
that
that
was.
was yes, man. Dude discipline his child. Hey, yo, they never let that boy. They never let Ray Rice back in the league.
Yeah,
Oh, knocked that lady out in that elevator. Pow! Right in the kisser.
And they still together too.
Well,
Oh, they still together?
They're still
Yeah.
together. It's
Oh, I
different
didn't
when
know
you
that.
see it.
Wow.
When you see it versus hearing about it, the shock of people seeing it was the problem.
That's
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's true. That's
How
right.
the hell are they still together, bro?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they still together. He's still with her. With Janae, her name.
Hey,
Bro, you'd be
Think-
surprised how many women stay with abusive
Be
men.
surprised.
It is a lot.
No,
Hey.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if this is true or not, but my wife told me that P. Diddy might get acquitted in all charges.
Really?
Well, they
There's a possibility.
dropped the big one. They dropped the arson. They dropped the prostitution. They dropped like 3 big ones.
They dropped kidnapping. They got rid of the kidnapping one.
Yeah, they dropped them.
Wow, I didn't know.
Why?
Because
Dropped all
they didn't support the facts.
Yeah, they had them behind it.
Yeah, there was no evidence, I guess, behind it.
They
Damn,
overcharged
that's
them.
crazy,
But
bro.
what they do.
So he might
That's
actually
the
be.
problem with that's the problem with society, though. We're so like focused on you're guilty till you can tell me you're innocent.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I think that's what social media has done to a lot of people.
His
Yeah.
lawyer,
Yeah.
his lawyer put on a clinic today, man.
Mhm.
His lawyer made Cassie look like she was just sex hungry. Like his lawyer went crazy. His lawyer told the jury, "This is no more than a prosecutor trying to come in the privacy of your bedroom."
Jeez.
Oh,
Dude, his lawyer put on such a clinic today, bro. It was, bro. Oh my
God.
god!
Yo, she was a willing participant in everything.
And then the jury got to see the freak off tapes.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
They played all of them in court.
So,
Jeez. Christ.
Diddy lawyer.
So they're access to the public. You're saying?
No.
I was about to say no
Nah,
way. I
that's-
was
that's
about to say
federal-
there's no
that's
way.
federal court.
We were.
Yeah, there's no way.
No, in federal court, it's not going to get disclosed. Like it's the federal court, man.
They turned that TV to the jury.
Golly.
And I'm sorry. And that judge, that Diddy lawyer told the jury, "This is the prosecutors coming in the privacy of your bedroom." I was like, "Shit."
Jesus Christ.
Bro, I would not want to be in that jury, bro. Shit.
Then they dropped all the major big charges. So I'm not saying he's gonna walk free, but all the big stuff is dropped already.
no
if I had
shit.
to guess, he probably won't see a day of jail, bro.
Nah,
That's-
they
But
gonna
Do you
give
think
him
his
a couple
reputation
years.
is so shot at this point that like he's like cooked?
Oh yeah, nobody touch him.
No one's going to
Yeah,
watch.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
No one will want to touch him.
The business ties with him.
Yeah.
Like he's just gonna be isolated after.
he still got his money, but his reputation is.
Yeah, his reputation's over. It doesn't matter like what happens. Like he might as well have lost.
Hey, I ain't talking about that. That's a freaky boy, man.
Oh, Zion, bro. Oh shit, bro.
You see that girl, Mariah, whatever her name, with that big old fake butt, man.
No, that Zion's fat fucking ass he's an idiot.
Hey, shut
Yeah,
your
he is, bro. He is, bro.
That guy's a
He's
fucking
low key the biggest idiot in the NBA, bro.
Am
I
I
ain't gonna
supposed
cap.
to know who Zion Williamson is? I don't know who that is.
He's an NBA player, man.
He's an NBA player, and let's just say he's a
You know
fucking
who that
idiot.
is, dog.
You know who it is. I know. That's why I'm smiling for that reason. Exactly.
Look at him.
Oh, he's doing the same smile, bro. Look at him smirk, bro.
That's why I'm smiling. Exactly.
Who that is?
Yo,
Corner does
yo,
that-
corner, stop smirking, bro.
Dude been doing this forever, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
You're cheating so hard, man.
He always cheeses, man.
Look at him, bro. Look at him, bro.
But that's what we had to, like Corner said, man. The system messed up, man.
No, it is. Yeah.
You remember that college student raped that girl and the judge didn't charge him that because he said he was young and he didn't want to ruin his life.
Right. That
Yeah.
was crazy to me.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
They
Bro.
literally told him that he had affluenza because he's never been told no in life. He didn't know the difference.
Yeah.
Where was this?
This some
That was
weird-
that was in California, Southern California, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I believe so. This was. Man,
I've never heard of this,
real
bro.
life rape.
yeah. It was. a long time
Rape
ago.
this girl and behind a dumpster.
And he never denied that he did it. They just said that he didn't know the difference.
and he just walked away. That was it.
This was in 2016, I think, wasn't it? I remember.
Scot free.
Walked away like a girl with a broken heart.
God damn, bro. Yeah, this justice system.
System, bro.
That's why people be saying it's a 2-tier justice system, bro.
I remember.
There's
something.
way more than 2 tiers, brother. Way more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's way more than 2
There's
tiers.
a lot more.
But you know what I mean by that. You know what I mean by that. The point is, it's not a fair system. That's the point.
It's not fair at all.
It's not fair. It has never been fair.
Nah.
Like
No.
public defenders just go there to check a box. A public defender, I've never seen a public defender actually do his job.
A public defender job is to get you to take a deal.
Take the plea.
Take
Yep.
a deal. That's it.
I mean, let's be honest though. Most things in life, like, it's just about money, bro.
Man, that young boy, not to go too far, but the young boy that stabbed that brother, Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, yeah, bro.
and
Dude, that
North
happened.
Texas?
Dude, that was my high school, bro. That was my high school.
First degree murder, bro? For real?
For real? Wow. Okay. Wow.
They charged
That
him
was
with
in my
first
high
degree?
school, bro.
Yeah. It was a joke at first, but the documents just came out. He just applied for a requested a public defender after they raised over $500K for him. His parents
Yeah,
spent.
the parents took it. The parents took it.
Yeah, for sure. Golly, that's.
Are you serious?
He
The
just
parents took all that
public
money.
defender after majority of these people raised over $500K for him.
Wow.
And he just requested a public defender, bro. It's so sad, bro.
That's crazy, man. God.
Bro, you know what's crazy? My brother actually talked to him, bro, one time. To Carmelo, bro.
To Carmelo. Wow.
You want to know the
Yeah.
crazy part is? They took that money and basically gave their son a life sentence. Because the
Mhm.
public
Yeah.
defender is not going to beat that charge.
Yeah.
$532,000
Jeez, man.
gone.
No, they already the jury already, what is it called? I forgot. They already what is it called?
What's what?
They already indicted him, I think. Like, they already indicted him.
Hmm.
Like, Carmelo's fucked.
They officially charged him with first degree murder.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't know.
I don't think people realize how high of a hurdle first degree murder is to get
No,
convicted.
he let me tell you right now, he's spending the rest of his life in a jail.
I don't know.
First degree murder. I mean,
They're saying
you gotta-
they're saying
Prove that.
it's not even heat of passion. It's not even heat of passion. It's straight first degree.
First degree basically is saying that he came there with the intent to
You
kill
gotta,
him.
Yeah.
you gotta prove
Right.
it. You gotta prove he came
Right.
there for that, which is hard to do.
yeah.
That's why most people, and Corner, you told me this some years ago with the Amber Gaia girl. You said that's why they went for third degree, because if they lost the first degree, she would have got out. She would have got nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why, and you know, but they trying that, and all that $500,000 raised, man. He just
I'm gonna-
It's
They
such-
used
this
it on
is
a
what's gonna
house, bro.
happen.
They used it on a house.
This is what's gonna happen. Are you ready? I'm predicting the future. They're gonna shrink this thing down to manslaughter. That's what they're gonna do.
I think they're gonna go. They're gonna go second degree. What they're gonna do is they're gonna charge him with
Ooh.
first. They're gonna charge him with first, and before they go back, they're gonna say you don't have to convict him on first if you see a conviction as second degree or manslaughter. They're gonna give him five different ways to go out on the way
I'm
out.
gonna go third. I'm gonna go third.
I'm gonna go manslaughter. I'm gonna go
Me-
manslaughter
I'm a-
because whenever they pick their jury, they have to. The prosecutor's gonna look at that jury and say, "Damn, I don't know if I can get away with first." So then they're gonna go to his attorney and say, "You know what? Let's cut the bullshit. Let's go manslaughter here. We'll give him 5 years."
Mhm.
All murder charges require intent to take a life. Outside of that, it's going to be less than that. Even if they say third degree murder, they're going to say first degree is I went there with the intent to commit murder. But even third
With the
degree, my actions, I intended to kill him in that moment. They still got to prove that his actions were intent to cause death.
Yeah, that's.
Can you imagine trying to be a witness in that, being 17, 18 years old, trying to testify,
Yeah, that's
remember
crazy.
everything?
Oh yeah. One of
That's
my
a hell of an experience.
dude, one of my friends was involved with it a bit. He barely saw it, but he saw a bit. They took him in for questioning, bro.
I just hate that his parents spent that.
His parents
money.
did him wrong. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
They
that's
spent it on a house. Yeah, they bought a brand new house.
He requested a public defender today on a murder case.
Jeez, man.
That's
His parents bought a
insane.
house?
That's crazy, man.
His parents just said "fuck you," basically. And they just
That's
trotted him out
what
to the
they
side.
did.
No, they 100% did that.
They just trotted him out to the side. That was it.
I'm talking about, and they raised that money. I donated to them. I'm not gonna lie, that money was raised in a week.
Yeah.
And then GoFundMe, they'll let you touch it. And the parents, they weren't touching it at first. Till he got out, hey,
That's crazy, man. Golly.
when they
I
got
think
it,
it's raining outside. My cameras are flickering.
$500K, man. They, like Unson said, they set their son up.
Yeah.
They-
That's sad, man. That's fucked, man. Golly.
You literally have people out here selling their cars, their houses, and everything to try to help their kids beat smaller charges.
Facts.
And these people raised all of that money and basically told their son, "Good luck."
Mm-hmm.
That hurts my heart, man.
That's so sad, man. Golly.
That's what
They
they
need to get GoFundMe needs to sue them and take back every single fucking dime and give it back to the people that donate.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should, but you know they won't.
Because I want
No,
my
they
money.
won't, bro.
Bro, can you imagine your own parents like just abandoning you, bro? God damn.
Yeah, he requested a public defender, bro. After
He's
raising
done for, bro. He's done.
But hey, I'm gonna get off here. It's almost midnight.
about to end it. We about to end it anyway. Cool. We about to get out here, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
Take care.